What up, everybody?
What up? What up? What up? What up?
One more time. You didn't do it enough.
I'll pick up music show.
You didn't say
What up?
There it is.
What up? What up?
Okay.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
There you go. What's up?
It's looking like a fucking metal show up in here.
It really did.
There's a lot of hair.
There's so much fucking facial hair.
Actually, fucking everybody at the table, long hair, some beards going on.
I'm working on mine. I'm still working on the dude thing. You know?
Where you at, man?
Yeah.
Working on mine.
Yeah.
Being a guy is extremely difficult.
It is. Yeah. Carrying around a bear is a hard damn thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. The pair of shoes I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I thought.
Anyways.
Fuck you.
Everybody, welcome to Off the Rails.
Asshole.
Off the rails.
Off the Rails music show.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, real quick, we do have a shit ton of people here. So, for everybody watching, we are going to be rotating out because somebody has to leave early.
Yeah.
I got kids.
Isn't that a t-shirt somewhere? I got kids.
It's about to be.
That should be a t-shirt.
Yeah, scoot that mic.
Yeah,
up
talking to the mic.
Well, scoot up and sit proper, fellas.
Yeah, that's what we have mics for.
Since you're there, go ahead and introduce yourself as if nobody knows.
I am Joey Badia. This is Stacy Brown next to me. We are from Outkast Paranormal.
Yeah.
So make documentary films about weird shit, you know.
Wait, you're not in the metal band?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
I had one for a short time called Slut Bucket.
No shit.
That was it.
That was the name of your band, Slut Bucket?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
We played with, I think it was a reverend at fucking Big Daddy's.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hell
We
yeah.
played one show. That was it. I was like, no, I'm good on this shit.
Yeah, hold on. Don't want to do that no more.
Nuh-uh.
Pain in the ass. And steps. The steps ruined it for you.
Oh, shit,
Big
dude.
Daddies, man. That was brutal.
That was
Guitar cabs up. That's.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. The only one worse is in Panama City. Yeah.
I got to load in one time on Tennessee Street, and they're like, yeah, don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad.
That's why you bring friends, dude. You're like, hey, man, I got to do this shit. Can you carry my cab up real quick?
Yeah.
And then you just fuck off.
Too
You
busy
know?
signing these titties, man.
Yeah.
There's a place in Panama
Carry
City.
this.
They have a set of stairs that look like Big Daddies, and
Yeah.
when you get to that level, then you got to go up another set of stairs.
God
And
damn.
it's like, yeah, this is amazing. This is what being a rock star is really about. You know?
We played the second floor in a place called Yo Mama's in New Orleans,
Nice.
except the stairs are inside. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
cram
yeah,
in this little
yeah.
tiny
Oh,
hallway.
God.
Nice.
Luckily, I brought my little rig. I didn't bring like the big ass cab
Yeah.
because I would have just been like, well, I'll be out in the street if you guys need me. I'll stay
Yeah.
out here and watch my shit.
So yeah, I ran sound for a band one time. I thought their bass player was the most efficient I've ever seen. He showed up with his bass and a DI box and was like, "Just EQ me, buddy," you know, just let me have it.
So we got some more people
That's cool.
Yeah.
up in here.
We have a lot more people. So, like I said, we will be rotating out. So, ignore the movement for anybody
and
watching.
ignore the conversation that's going on in the back.
Nobody wants to hear about your hemorrhoids.
Not yet.
Yeah.
So go around, and we've got more people that'll filter through, so we'll get them in a minute. So go around, and who's everybody else real quick?
My name is Will. I play drums for This Dying Breed.
Nice.
And I'm Michael. I play guitar for This Dying Breed.
You gotta speak up there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kind of in here, but not really.
There he is.
Your shyness.
Yeah.
Jason from Alter Flesh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Heard a little bit of I tried to mix up your two songs as best as I could, and it just didn't work out. So I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Well, it's cool because
Sasquatch,
when the intro
golf
was going
cart.
on, I was like, man, that riff sounds really familiar. Until I looked back, I was like, appreciate it.
So, since you are only going to be here for a minute, what have you got going on? Tell everybody. What's your business?
Okay, my business B. We got a stage show Friday night at the Warrior. It's like a live paranormal experience. So I hate to say stage show, it's on stage and it is a show, but that's where it ends. Like none of it's fake. So we'll be doing like Ouija board sessions, some invocations, like thing called the Delco experiment. It's basically like an Estes method. So you'll it's where you like put on headphones and somebody's listening to the spirit box.
I want to do that.
And the audience will ask questions, and the person that's wearing the headphones won't hear the questions, and then they'll say what they hear. And then we got some haunted items that'll be up there. We'll be interacting with them.
Can
So
I touch the haunted items?
you can. You may not want to, but you
Yes,
can.
I do actually, really
So-
bad, really, really bad. I want to do the headphones thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds cool.
It
We're
does.
going to be pulling people out. I know we have a psychic also who will be there, and she'll be like reading people, or more or less like communicating with spirits that the audience brings in with them. So maybe you're long lost, whatever.
That would be Janet for me.
Yeah, we had one after the Paracon. We did like this VIP experience where we just locked everybody down.
Oh yeah.
It took some people squatching. We had some people ghost hunting in the bar, and I come back from squatching, and Eric and the guys from Ghost Hunters in South Florida were on the stage, and they were doing this Delco experiment, which it's like an Estes method, but you got these like red goggles on, so that's all you're seeing. Not real sure what the purpose of that is, but it looks cool as shit, right? But everybody in the audience was just like laughing and cutting up and enjoying themselves. I was like, that's the fucking show right there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we put it together.
Is there like a big finale at the end where you summon Lord Satan at the end?
That's the start.
Yes.
He's actually the host. He's MCing.
Satan is the MC.
That building, the Warriors on, I feel like that damn place is haunted.
It is.
I
We get-
felt like that place is
It
just
is.
terrible.
We get a lot of
your heart feeling like it's getting crushed while you're in there. I don't like that building.
That's the bathroom.
Do
We-
things around the
No,
tiki
no,
bar?
really.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a Native American outside. And like one of the haunted items is this spirit box I got, which is an old radio. We just hacked it so it would like sweep through the channels really fast. And I did my first session there, and I got Beth through the spirit box like 42 times in like 7 minutes.
That is so weird.
You never hear Beth on the radio. Like,
Nope.
listen to the fucking radio. You'll never hear Beth. Maybe once or twice.
Are you talking about the Kiss song?
No, I
No.
wish I was. But
I was gonna say no. Actually, I've never heard Beth on the radio.
right.
She
Yeah.
hangs out at the bathrooms like you're going towards Summers. She hangs out right there at the
Oh,
bathrooms.
okay.
And so now anywhere I take that box, whether it's Nebraska, the Conjuring House, wherever the fuck we go, Beth. So we'll have that up there and let the audience talk to her. Just some fun stuff. But
You've been there?
been where?
The Conjuring House?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got my hero. That's awesome.
I was about to ask, what are some of the like famous places that you've been that most people would recognize?
Lizzie Borden House, the Conjuring House. That would probably be about. I don't know if anybody would recognize the other spots, but those are probably the two.
Waverly Hills.
Waverly Hills, yeah, we went there
Oh, I
not
wanna
long
go there
ago.
so bad.
That place was dead. No pun intended. Man, we just fucking walked and we're exhausted because that place is huge.
Waverly Hills is just a big empty building.
Yeah.
you ever go back
Nothing there.
that way by New England like that, there's a place in Westport that's fucking hard as shit, and yeah, it's been known for that. It's actually sinking into the ground.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we did like
it's pretty wild.
S.K. Pierce Mansion. Went there a few years ago, which is the cool thing about ghost hunting, especially if you like have friends in the industry. A lot of them own these really cool like fucking mansions, and then you get to come in there and stay like 3 or 4 days, and you're in this house that you'd never be able to afford to stay in like any other time, and you're in there fucking around with spirits and shit. So it's all right. It's pretty fun.
Hell yeah.
So, Stacy, as you may recall from our last conversation, I'm the non-believer, the ardent, I will die on this hill non-believer. Here recently, and I live by myself. Here recently, I fucking swear, like I feel like I'm not alone in my goddamn apartment that I live alone in. Pretty fucking creepy. So I blame it on you if anything.
You
pops
should.
off.
I may have mentioned your name in a certain seance that I performed.
Go fuck with Rob.
Yeah, you're not the only skeptic.
Yeah.
My man here.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's not real. Ghosts aren't real.
Yeah.
Stacy's like
Respectfully, that's my thoughts.
Yeah,
But,
I'm schizophrenic.
but some of these places he's taken me to,
Yeah.
like I've had shit happen to me that I cannot figure out. Like I try to sit there and figure out what the hell it was. You know,
Analyze
like,
it.
well, it could have been the wind blowing or something like that.
And I'm being very sincere whenever I say just here very recently in my own goddamn apartment I've lived at for 3 fucking years, I've been feeling like I'm not there by myself, and it is a goddamn creepy ass fucking feeling. And really, that's really why I don't subscribe to a lot of this shit, because it makes me feel fucking uncomfortable as hell.
So it's weird you said that, because I was in Rob's neighborhood not that long ago because I was doing the face paint testing for Tragic, and when I left, I was on my way home. I'm the only one in the car. Didn't have my radio on. Didn't have my Bluetooth connected or anything. And I heard someone in the backseat be like, "Hey!" And I was at a
that's
stoplight.
right.
Yeah. And I thought somebody outside my car was like on the side of, whatever that street was. And I was like, somebody just yelling at somebody? Like, am I about to see a fight? Like, I'm all looking out the window, like, I'm here for this. I want to watch, right? And then I heard, "Hey," again. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? It's coming from somewhere in this direction. So when I looked, there was nobody standing on the street.
Speaking
And
of,
then
that
I
reminds me,
heard,
you should probably silence my phone.
and then I heard, and I heard, "Jade." And I went, what the fuck, dude? And I'm like, okay. I was like, not in my car while I'm driving, please. And I
Exactly.
had a quiet ride the rest of the way home.
Mm.
Once I asked, not while I'm driving, please.
Pop that trunk.
Yeah, it
That's it,
was.
shut up.
I've been
Right.
playing a ghost shit. I haven't really experienced
Yeah,
it.
I've had crazy experiences. I've told
Stayed
Joey
in the
about
LaSalle
it.
Hotel one time. Fucking creepy.
Oh, I bet.
That shit. I saw something fly over my wife's shoulder.
Oh
Like,
God.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
There's a place in Fayetteville that you should probably check out. Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's the what was the name? Ritz Charleston Hotel, and it was downtown, and they changed the name of it since. But that place is insane. But
Okay.
I remember I agree with you about Joey being a skeptic, because I've told him a few things, and Joey's sitting there like,
Oh yeah, but he at the same time he believes the Earth is round. So like, You can't- fucking sold on it. I don't know why.
Thing, I've always been like, all right, man. So we all walk around with AK cameras in our pocket, and this motherfucker's still blurry. I don't know.
It's just how it goes.
You know what I mean? It's like we've got something. I'm catching all kind of crazy things in the world,
Right,
but nah, not
right.
Bigfoot, man. He's still blurry as hell. You know,
It's fast, man. Motherfucker's
it's
fast.
just
Faster than
this blurry monkey over there that just
right.
the leaves around him are clear, but not that blurry.
Not him. Maybe that branch in the foreground that gets zoomed in or gets like perfect. But then the thing in the background's all just like messy. But last time I seen one, I had a camera in my hand and did not think if I can film it. I was just like, just fucking stared at
Does
it.
this cross over to like the alien realm too? Kind of like
Oh yeah, we do that. We'll go to like places and smoke DMT and shit and try to contact them.
hell yeah.
That was the that was my experience the last time that I got flashed in public. You know, it happened.
By a dude?
I had my camera there with me and just didn't think to capture the moment.
Missed it.
Yeah, you never do. You're just
This
stuck in it.
opportunities.
It's
Yeah.
it's easy to say, "Hey, pull your camera out your pocket." But I swear to God, you ain't thinking about that shit when it's happening. It's like,
this chick flashed me the other day. And he's like, no,
Yeah.
no, she didn't. Yeah, no, she totally did.
You have a camera in your pocket. You didn't get it.
Right.
No.
pick through didn't happen, bro.
How many times before in the before times
Right.
y'all were going around? If I had a camera, yeah, bullshit, right? Now you have one. There's no excuse.
Right. So what got you into doing paranormal stuff?
Shit, really just my dad passed away, so I was like trying to contact him. You know what I
Gotcha,
mean?
yeah.
And I had some friends who were in the Northeast, and they were like, "Fuck, come up here and go something, bro. Let's hang out. Fuck all that Bigfoot stuff," because that's all I was doing before, and I had a whole lot of fun. It's nice to do in the summertime, you know, because there's not a lot of mosquitoes in the house for the most part.
Right.
Makes sense.
You know, and you don't have to walk through the swamp and shit like that. So there's an off season, you know, when I like to ghost hunt more. But I never thought anything. I went into it like he was.
Yeah.
You know,
Skeptic.
just kind of, this is bullshit. You know, when I die, nothing's happening. But you put yourself in position. Yeah, I guess it's the same thing I say all the time. You can't win the lotto if you don't play. So if you want to see ghosts are real or see if Bigfoot's real, you got to go fucking look for it. You know
Right.
what I mean? You got to go try and have that experience and put yourself out there.
I agree with that.
Or, you know, in his case, have some crazy dude you know who wants you to film the shit. And
Is that how you got roped into it?
Yep, that's pretty much it.
but like it was so cool at the Conjuring House because we were walking out the door, and the door just opens for us. And I turned and looked at him. I'm like, bro. He's like, it's got to be the wind. It's got to be the wind. Like, I don't know if I can win, dude.
That's what I was telling you, Rob. If you want to see a UFO, you actually have to look up. Most people don't look up. They're too busy staring at their phone. People would watch an alien invasion right above their head, but on their phone.
That's true.
They wouldn't even realize it.
I
That
was
is very
driving
fair.
the last time it happened.
You were here the last time it happened.
What do you mean?
We
Hold on, you
ran
saw a UFO?
outside.
Yeah.
No, we did.
I was talking
Jeremy
after
found
that,
one.
Jade.
Oh,
Whenever you and I were in the car.
That was you.
I was in space last time. You know?
We passed by we passed by a radio tower, you know, and it's got the flashing light, and Jade's like, "Oh, it's a UFO." It's like, Jade, it's a fucking radio tower. And then a couple nights ago, my girlfriend saw the same fucking flash, and we were like, "Where'd that come from?" It's the radio tower, babe. Just
Fuck
radio
UFO.
tower.
My
Well-
wife sees aliens every single time we leave the house.
Yeah.
That's a plane. No, I'm telling you.
Well,
Okay.
Rob's still convinced that me and Jade and Tammy saw a helicopter hovering with no flashing lights at 30,000 feet.
So
They were looking for weed dealers.
Like, yeah,
I'll show
I've
you.
changed my opinion. I think it might have been a drone.
a drone.
It
Probably
was
a drone.
not. You would be able to hear. You would be able to hear it. It was not. It was not.
So what do you think aliens may be? From another planet or another dimension?
In the future, are they us?
Yes, I like
Are
that
they what
one.
we
I always
become?
like that one.
Are
That
the
they're
little
us.
grays as bionicles that
They're us
we
like
kind of
coming back
invented?
and going like, "You guys are stupid. Stop doing that," and then we just don't listen. I like
So-
that theory. I don't know if it's true. It's cool.
I 1,000% unequivocally believe that there is life out there
Oh yeah.
in other universes, exoplanets, whatever terminology. And I'm not a scientist, by the way, so forgive me if I'm not using correct terms here. But yes, I absolutely believe that there is life.
Shocker.
No, I think it would be
It
a.
was great.
I'm sorry, I think you're a fucking idiot if you think there are not. There's if we're alone and the
I think
the-
that's pretty arrogant.
yeah and the vastness of the universe and the infiniteness, is that a word? Yeah.
Have you said it?
We're gonna go for it.
Yeah
Close it.
yeah
Count 2 points on the board.
yeah the infiniteness of the of everything. Yeah, there's got to be life out there. Now, is every fucking thing that we see out there a goddamn UFO? No.
If you don't know what it is, it is.
It is
Okay.
Unidentified, bro.
Why?
Now, is it an alien?
But is it aliens? No.
Yeah, right.
I think it's a weather balloon or a drone.
Oh yeah, like Roswell
Subjective.
weather balloon.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Roswell.
The
My-
Army comes in and sweeps
I've
up.
been to that crash site. It wasn't a fucking weather balloon.
Roswell?
Yeah.
What?
Where the ship landed is like a football field,
Oh shit.
hole in the ground, like 30 feet deep.
Holy shit.
Still today. Well, 2017 is when I seen it. When we went out there, and that wasn't no fucking weather balloon. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't no weather balloon.
Marilyn Monroe knew, but Kennedy took care of that. That's a different
Yeah.
Hey,
Just saying.
That's it. And a little pillow talk they weren't supposed to tell her.
Exactly.
Hey.
Exactly. What happened to her little black book? I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying. And it's
she got stuffed in
My
more
uncle-
ways than one.
right. So my uncle is a big alien fanatic. Like, I mean, he's in love. Like, I think he's a little too far gone. But sorry, Uncle Fernando, I love you.
Most of us are.
Well, him a little bit more than most of us, but he has a theory that aliens are already here. We don't know it. They look like us, and they live in the ocean. We're looking in space, and they actually come from. The
I saw that
depths of the
movie.
ocean.
See, I think more of
Johnny
that
Mnemonic?
along the lines too. You know,
Right,
the
yeah.
Hollow Earth kind of shit. I don't know that there may be life in the universe. There probably is, but it ain't traveling this fucking far. You know, light years, like for real.
Light years.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like think about that.
Yeah.
We're not that interesting. We're only dangerous.
I was listening to a video by an astrophysicist, and she was talking about life, and other planets. And that was the point that she made up. We are, hundreds and thousands of light years away from other planets,
Mm-hmm.
and to travel that distance is just.
But we don't know what they have and how they can do it. Though.
Right.
You know?
Perhaps they came whenever we were in the Stone Ages, and they're like, yeah, nope, they're not ready yet, and we'll be back in 5 million years or whatever it is.
So wouldn't you think though, if they did come back when we were Neanderthals, that they would have fucked with us and made us what we are now?
Perhaps.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
doesn't that sound like the scientist thing to do? It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, hey,
That's
this
what
thing's
Giorgio
perfectly
Super
existing
says.
here.
Mhm.
Let's fuck with it. You know,
But
let's
if
change
you-
some shit up.
If you take the Star Trek approach to it, what was the Star Trek approach that they had? Where
Nano.
Yeah, like they had a no interference. I forget what the terminology was, but as my friend here indicated, they had a no contact policy with or no interference policy, I should say.
Was it is it Zachariah Sitchin? No.
Don't
If you
fucking
glaze
clue,
over,
bro.
that's definitely out of my league. Lost Book of
On a
Enoch.
sort of related note.
Oh yeah,
You ever
yeah.
think about the fact that Luke and Leia are twins, but they grew up on different planets, or the same age. You know what I mean? It's like Luke grew up on like a Mars-like planet. Leia grew up on an Alderaan, so it's like an Earth-like, and they are not the same age. You know what I mean? They were.
Am I the only one?
traveled
The desert does stuff.
Yeah,
to you.
it's weird.
The desert messes with a man.
Yeah, I would have thought. So. He's like 4, and
Never go
she's
full retard.
normal age. Whatever. It's weird. You know?
Yeah. Oh, hey, shit. Chats.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Oh,
Hi, Chad.
hey,
Yeah,
we got
sorry.
Everybody out there?
Problem
My bad.
Oh,
Fuck.
Look at this guy.
Rob, I'm so proud of you.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Rob finally watched
Oh.
The Dark Crystal
Yep, the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. Yep.
and Labyrinth.
Yep. She went out and bought them. Yep.
No, I'm good, bro.
You were you were saying? Are you just looking at yourself on here? All right, moving
I
on.
was reading the chat.
Melissa!
I'm gonna put them up there. Holy shit! Yeah, here you
Jesus
read
Christ.
these things. I'm just gonna
Okay.
mash buttons and make sure Rob stays off camera.
Melissa says, hi, everyone.
I
Hi,
am not
Melissa.
responsible for the these cameras, the placement of these cameras.
It happens. Outkast Paranormal, Badiam Brown, Trouble Squared.
Right?
Trouble Squared.
I have no idea. I have no idea who's running our website right now.
Who's on our website?
I have no fucking clue.
Ray says, Slur Bucket.
Oh, I am having one of those.
Yeah, let's fix it.
Tammy says, "What's up? And welcome everyone." We have Lacey. She says, "This dying breed, yes."
Yeah.
And then Russell,
Russ.
yo, hey.
What up, Russ?
John
John.
Wait, what,
Hi.
what up, John?
We have Sarah. She says, "Hey, hey."
A lot of wives.
Right. That's like a hey, hey.
My man Nick.
Greg says, "Sorry, couldn't make
Sorry,
it.
Blair.
Greg from This Dying Breed is here in spirit." Aw.
Oh, not in spirit.
Zeus.
Zeus.
Who's best?
Bro,
Nice.
Zeus. Who is Zeus?
Oh my
Like,
God.
I haven't seen Zeus since my bachelor party.
It's been a while, dude. How are you?
I haven't seen him since he was in Point Blank.
Really?
Fucking point
Yep.
blank, bro.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
He says, "Google, who is Beth?" Buck says, "You ever do Sunnyland?"
No. I went in there. I wasn't into ghost hunting then. We went in. There were some bums in there doing some scandalous stuff, so we bailed out. I didn't want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I was pretty at the time. You know what I mean? I had long hair and shit. I was like, nah, this is some banjo music type shit.
Coworker lived in the apartments that those
Hey, boy.
were. They put the apartments there, and my
Yeah.
coworker lived there. He said that shit was no good.
Oh, I bet, dude.
I've always
I bet.
wondered that.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Like culture.
yeah, he's like, yeah, man, things go on in there, and it's not. It's like I can't explain it, but
Cheap rent.
it's gotta bounce. Yeah.
Ray says, "Sarah, awesome." We got. Oh, Zeus says, "I can't see Jason."
Jason is here.
Somewhere.
There he is. We have Sarah says, "Love you, Cabe." Ray says, "DHG approves this message." LOL. Samantha, welcome back, alls of y'alls. LOL.
Yeah, I think she's hit each one of you with questions before.
Yeah. I would like to know how the spirit responds to Alter of Flesh's performance.
Ooh.
Well, Jason did say
Oh.
it tries to crush your heart.
Yeah,
It's trying to
Yeah,
keep
it does.
either it's trying to shut you up or keep you.
It
Like,
might be,
I'm keeping
yeah.
the singer guy.
Yeah,
It's cute.
You're gonna have some visitors.
yeah. Like, why do they keep saying hack the bitch apart? Did they know I was hacked up in this fucking building?
We have
The shirt that he's
Jim.
wearing says hack the bitch apart on the back, John, in there.
nice.
That shirt was apparently worn by a buddy of ours in Jacksonville who came out of his apartment and he found it was a murder site and that happened. And he was
Oh
wearing
my
our
God.
shirt and I guess he got a lot of cross looks. I'm like, that's awesome.
Suspect number one.
Yeah. I wonder who did this shit.
That guy's into some stuff.
Love it so much I made a T-shirt.
That's
So
dedication.
it was like self prophesied.
Michael next to the left.
That's right. There he is. He's back there. Promise.
He's like, "That's me."
He's like Ringo Starr in that Help video of the Beatles where he's in the back holding the umbrella and he just peeks around.
Outkast Paranormal should come back on the 28th and take some measurements during their set.
Who said?
Alter of
I
Flesh.
drained. I zoned out for a minute. Sorry. Yeah, for sure. When is Zeus playing guitar again?
Ooh, good question.
Zeus used to
There you go.
fucking kill it, dude.
Mhm.
Fired back.
Joe says, "Nice."
He is in
Zuckerberg
a
is-
project.
Sorry, the
Stormcraft. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Ray's comment made me giggle. Zuckerberg is 1,000% an alien.
An alien? I don't know. Definitely some kind of
Cuck.
android.
Android.
Yeah.
Android. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
probably
Yeah, for
made by Elon
Fucking
Musk.
straight
who's
up cuck.
definitely alien.
Yes.
Oh, big time.
I like that theory a lot.
Yeah.
Elon making Zuckerberg. That's
That's believable.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I think Elon is really Pennywise because if you look at Bill Skarsgård and Elon, have you ever seen them together? I have.
Twitter
No,
wiener.
no,
Oh,
no.
they're touching, they're
Yeah, so
touching.
they look.
Now it's
they look like
Instagram.
the same guy.
That's
Side conversation. Zuckerberg's wiener. That's where that conversation went.
What?
If you don't know, you don't know, bro.
So that's all the time we got, folks.
Yeah.
And you just put that thought into everyone's head, and we're all going, no. I'm thinking he's Ken Dolling. That's all.
Do you think that's how he plugs into the wall and recharges himself? He's got like a little fucking plug there. He just like leans up on the wall.
Which is why he shakes
It's in the metaverse. You know?
Yeah.
USB-C.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'm crying again.
The small, sleek one.
Oh.
Oh no. We can't like unthink that shit.
Have you ever talked about
It's gonna take
Zuckerberg's
him
wiener on here before?
Take him at least a week to disappear all of us.
Yeah.
So everybody keep an eye on each other.
Right?
Good thing we're all using fake names.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I am Joey Badia. You know me, Mark. Come on now.
Oh man. Okay,
All
we're
right, where were we?
Jen. She
there we
says,
I'm gonna see him straight.
baby
next to it.
stingrays
It's just
look
not
like
funny.
raviolis and alien. Like, just saying.
She's got a point.
She does have a very good point. Jamie, he says, off the record alien report.
That's right. In fact, we haven't done the news in a while. I still
We
have
really
the.
Hey.
That won't stop. There we go. All right.
We have Sarah. She says spirit hunting in NOLA is some intense stuff. No?
I haven't been to New Orleans yet.
I've been to New Orleans.
I've been there, but I haven't
you
like
gotta
ghost
go.
hunted the place.
I
Like,
want to.
They let you go into the French Quarter Cannibal's house. So
No
you can
shit.
just go right inside. Yeah.
No.
It's a museum.
It's a haunting place.
Yeah.
I seen a rat.
Well,
that was
it's
like
like-
that
I'm a-
big.
It's fucked up to me to think that they let them cook on that stove. You know what I mean?
Secrets in the sauce.
Oh, the landlord like wouldn't throw it away. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, dude.
When I
It's
was-
like,
It's still kind of warm.
When I went,
Yeah.
when I went to New Orleans,
Uh-huh.
they let you take like a tour of the graveyards there, where like a lot of the like bodies and coffins and stuff had washed up during the hurricane.
Oh.
It was crazy. Like so many vibes going on there.
I totally want to
Nicholas
go.
Cage's
I wanna go
grave
so
is
bad.
there.
Really?
Yeah, we
Who?
saw it. Nicholas Cage's his tomb is in New Orleans now. It's a pyramid inside St. Louis
What?
Cemetery number 1.
No
He's
shit.
like a fucking 1,000 years old. Have you seen that on the internet?
Yeah.
Maybe he's the one controlling
Yeah.
Elon.
Yeah.
He puts out shitty movies.
I don't know. My bet was on bacon.
But his tomb is in
Kevin
there. We've
Bacon?
seen it, so.
I love Kevin Bacon.
I do too.
Like he's my man. I wrote a song about Kevin Bacon.
Did you?
It's really good. I swear to God.
Played once. Played once. You had to have been there. It was not recorded.
We have Ray. She says, sorry, inside jokes that I did not realize you were going to read aloud. Spirit says, Sarah and I have spoken to. Oh, okay. And Sarah says, yeah, I have pics. Send them to Off the Record. If anybody has anything like creepy pictures that you guys have taken, I want to see them.
Send us all that shit.
Me
Hell yeah.
too.
Information.
Yeah.
My selfies.
That's awesome. So the next thing you're going to be doing is at the Warrior. What is the next big thing that Outkast Paranormal has going on?
Yeah, Stacy, what's the next thing we got going?
Fuck, dude. It's like Katie Couric over here with the questions. Yeah. So we got 4 movies we're gonna drop this year. Gonna try and film 3 more, releasing our own podcast.
Nice.
Unlike y'all's, Bigfoot will be a normal guest on the podcast.
yeah.
Well, no,
Will he be blurry?
Maybe.
Just a blurred guy in the corner like a Bigfoot. What's up?
Yeah, we're gonna maybe do some more of these. See how this event goes. I'm talking to a buddy of mine that's like a tour manager, so may take it on the roads. A lot of haunted bars in Florida. You know,
Oh, yeah.
The response we're getting so far is like really good, except for like 1 out of 20 people will be like, y'all know what the hell you're doing. You're gonna fuck everybody up. You know that
Yeah.
shit. It's like stay at home and keep your mask on, bro. Like fucking leave us alone. But yeah, you know, we're hoping to take that on the road and just some more investigations. We got a alien. How would you what would you call David?
Eccentric.
Okay, this dude's like been abducted his whole life or some shit.
So
Okay.
David has portals that open in his house. And
We
they
have
come
proof of
through
this.
and take him and do stuff to him and then bring him back.
Wait, did you film this dude before?
Yeah, we went over there and did
It's
like
on YouTube. right?
No, not yet.
No.
Joey's still editing it. How long has it been? We did like a blood ceremony and some other shit. Smoked some drugs to see if we could see the thing. But the guy, like, we left him with a Geiger meter, right? Like measures radiation. So normal radiation would be like 10 to 20. Okay. And then at 50, it tells you to leave. You'll get sick. In this motherfucker's bedroom, it shot up to like 238. This is all
Holy
on
shit.
film.
Yeah, damn.
And it says contact your government.
Wow.
The dude's so into this shit.
Contact Elon.
Like, he will, if he feels they're coming through to get him, he's got a taser he keeps beside his bed, and he will fucking hit himself in the throat with it. He'll fucking,
Oh God.
yeah, dude. And like, so we're like, hey, we'll bring his kids and his ex-wife over, and she'll spill the beans. Fuck no, she comes over and starts telling us more shit. The daughter's talking about shit, like how she woke up in her room. There was just like 1,000 butterflies, like literally 1,000 butterflies, and she had to like go through them
God.
to get out, and she couldn't get out of her room or something like that. And so want to go back and investigate that, see what that's about. The show Factor Fake came out to his house and tried to debunk his stuff, because like when he has his stuff go on, all these earthworms that come out of the ground, like hundreds of earthworms will just come up out of the ground. But he didn't have no proof. He didn't have no pictures or nothing. But while they were there, all their fucking equipment malfunctioned, and then all these earthworms start raising up out of the ground. Like, this dude lives in a fucking community, right? This shit shouldn't be happening, or at least it should happen in the next house over too. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's just, and he's got some weird ass pictures. So like, he's all into slowing down light through heavy water, right? And there's some science to this heavy water shit. I just thought it was something he made up, and then I'd heard some guy talking about it on Joe Rogan. But he'll have like these jars full of water, and he says if you turn to look at the things, you won't be able to see them. But if you take a picture real quick in the glass there, that you'll see all kinds of shit behind you. And like, have y'all heard of the Hat Man?
No.
Okay, well, he's got this fucking picture of Hat Man, and it's like scary as a motherfucker, dude. It's like, if this was, I don't know how he would have faked it, you know what I mean? And then he's got a picture of like a person, dude ain't but like maybe that fucking tall. Crazy shit, dude. And he's just taking all these photos, and his brother's got some piece of metal in his leg that like every time they try to get it out, it moves. Like the don't know what to say about that. You know what I mean? It's like fucking whole family, but it's like a lifetime. It's been going on since those Gulf Breeze UFO encounters from back in the day. You remember that? Like the early 90s, like Gulf Breeze was the UFO capital of the world. His shit started happening then, and it's continued on. It follows him wherever he goes. So like, we're probably going to move him, like put him in an Airbnb or something and see if the stuff happens there. And then another thing, like he can't own fish, because every time he buys fish, he'll wake up and it just be like the skeleton of the fish, right, in the morning. So we're going to try that too, see if anything eats the fish. But it's a wild ass story, and whether it's real or not, I don't know, but it's interesting enough that you would watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh fuck, okay, now I'm watching this for the next hour. You know? But the dude is like, it's real to him. You know what I mean? And he doesn't seem insane. But who am I? You know what I mean? I'm sitting here talking about Bigfoot and shit. So,
All right. So, I know you get all sorts of shit about Bigfoot. I actually have a confession to make. And
Here we go.
This is a off-the-record music show exclusive. I have never told anybody this.
He is Bigfoot.
I am Bigfoot. Yep. It's been me the whole time.
Damn it.
Yep.
We knew it.
Yep. So you're not crazy.
Could be. Like, I could see Bigfoot and still be crazy. That's the possibility there.
Yeah, they're not really mutually exclusive.
No.
That's cool.
It always seems to happen like that, you know. Like the motherfuckers that are out of their minds see this shit more than everybody else. So what's that? What's that about? You know, like
My uncle has theories on that.
yeah,
He's mentioned a bunch of theories on how, you know, it's always like the crazy people that see all the crazy shit, and he's like, well, what if they're not crazy and we're actually the ones that are kind of
Yeah.
just blocked off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're fucking
Or, yeah.
flooded by whatever phone is cool and what the neighbors driving and
Yep.
that
Yeah,
shit at the
and, like,
gym,
Yeah.
all that kind of shit.
Just
We're
because you're
flooded with all
schizophrenic
that
don't
crap.
mean the shit you're seeing ain't real.
Right.
We just can't see it. It's like I'm colorblind, so if you're telling me that thing's red and I'm looking at it, it's green. It don't mean I'm wrong.
Right.
Just I'm perceiving it different than you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is maybe that something to it? You know?
Could be.
Who knows? Because
Could
it
be.
seems like some people, usually if they've had a Bigfoot encounter, they've also had a ghost encounter. They've also had a UFO
Mhm.
encounter. And that could just be because they're full of shit. You know, there's just, when you get liars in the mix, it kind of muddies the water, you know, and it's hard to scoop the truth out of there.
Yeah.
So,
I actually read this article. There's a girl that has her vision is insanely strong, like better than like 2020. Like she could sit here and see a mile in front of her clearly. And they were like, yeah, no, there's no way you can do that until the doctors like showed up, and they were like, no, she really can. And she swears that she has seen aliens, Bigfoot, she's seen ghosts, as if like ghosts, you know. And she's this distance away, and everybody's like, yeah, whatever, like that's over like a mile away. And she's like, no, seriously, there's a girl right there. And they're like, no, but that was a whole article that I read on this whole paranormal thing, that maybe it's about vision.
I've seen ghosts before once.
Yeah.
I
So
woke up in the middle of I was a kid. Woke up, saw it, went nope, and went back to sleep.
Hell no.
he's like, yeah,
Well, we
not
heard
today.
them. We heard them in our house. We used to. My mom says we used to play with them. So I mean, as a kid, you know.
My
yeah,
oldest son
no idea.
my oldest son was sitting in his room, and he was like 3, and he was rolling a ball into his closet, and it was coming back out. And he was giggling and talking, and I'm like, oh, he's bouncing it from the back wall, and it's coming back out to him. And when I walked in, I smelled cherry tobacco, and I'm like, okay, my kid's 3, like, come on, you know. And so I didn't think anything of it. And I looked in the closet, and I was like, what you doing? And he's like, playing with Papa. Well, keep in mind that my great grandfather had passed away when I was 14. He has never met this man, never seen this man, nothing. And I'm like, Izzy, what are you talking about? And he's like, Papa. And he rolled the ball, and it didn't bounce off the wall. It stopped at the wall. It didn't come back out. And he's like, he's gone. And I'm like, okay, hang on a second. So we went downstairs for breakfast, and I gave him his breakfast and pulled out a photo album. And I'm like, who's that? And he pointed to my great grandmother, who was still alive. And he's like, Nanny. I'm like, yeah, that's Nanny. He's like, I'm like, and who is that? And pointed to my mom. He's like, Cuckoo. I'm like, yeah, that's Cuckoo. And he's like, yeah, right, it does. And then I'm like, well, who's that? And he's like, Uncle Ryan. And he listed everybody in our family. So I got to a picture of me when I was like 5 with my great grandfather. I said, what about that? And he goes, Papa. And he goes, played ball. And I went, there's no fucking way that you know who this man is, but he swears by it. But it was really creepy, and I don't have any reason to explain it, because there's no way that he would have known who this man was, because he died when I was 14. So it was really weird. So ever since then, Isaiah's been like, Mom, he's like, I smell Uncle Jason's cologne. And I'm like, I do all the time. You're good. Don't worry about it. He's like, okay. And he'd go back to like whatever he's doing. But in my house, my best friend passed away 2 years ago this year. And I smell his cologne all the fucking time. And my youngest son, Mason,
He said he was kidding.
no, he does that because he got picked on about
He
it.
got brought up in chats too, by the way.
What? Oh, Mason did?
Yeah, Trial by Stone said, what the fuck, Jade? You're not going to have Mason on to punk these guys too? Fucking, yeah, Mason came on here and just roasted everybody last show.
A little
last
bit.
Wednesday. It was kind of funny. Yeah, go back and check that out.
It was kind of funny.
It was a little funny.
It was a little bit. But yeah. So Friday night, I am going to definitely be at the Warrior because, yeah, I want to.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I want to do all the things.
Yeah, it's our first one. We're gonna be looking for ways to improve it. You know, if we're gonna take it on the road. You know, so well, you know, we're gonna get audience reactions. It's kind of like a test audience kind of thing because there's nobody else doing this shit, and I don't understand why. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing I'm worried about is like we're not faking the shit. So, like, what if nothing happens when they're doing the Ouija board session and just fucking sits there? It's like, okay. So that, hopefully the audience understands, you know.
It's not on command.
No, it's not on command.
It happens.
There you go.
But Ouija board sessions, something always happens though.
Always.
Always.
One at the Conjuring House was sick.
Yeah?
You ever, somebody slammed their face into the fucking table.
What the fuck?
Like, wham, like not a little bit. Like fucking like we were concerned for him. You know what I mean? And he slammed his face in the table.
Oh,
and then,
shit.
Stacy started throwing up
Yeah.
in the middle of it.
We're hearing walking around the table.
What?
The little cabinet over here is like fluttering and shit. And so like we're hearing walking. I look over at Joey. He's like, I'm standing on the damn fireplace.
I stood on the fireplace mantle, or not the mantle,
Yeah.
the bottom part, just so I wasn't on the wood floor, so I wouldn't make noise. And there was walking all around me in the wall. Like,
That shit was crazy.
So you're still a skeptic after.
yeah.
I don't understand
probably the wind or something. Or the boards were creaking.
It was the butterflies.
You know, Carl got kicked out of there for that.
Nice.
Yeah. They tell us, hey, you can do whatever you want.
Which we will.
Yeah, like we buried somebody alive on the property. We did all kinds of shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if you
no holds barred.
if you take fucking gloves off, wrong people, bro. Like, don't tell me that.
That would not be me. Nope.
And yeah, we were out there building a coffin, put this guy in, and fucking did it. But yeah, he
I would
brings out
volunteer for
this
that.
damn like what would you call that thing? It looked almost like it was like a wand.
Like a scepter or something.
Some shit. He put that thing on the table, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then he starts playing Lucifer's hymn before, and the owner was like, Carl always does that, you know. It's just the same old shit." And I had told Carl, I was like, "Yo, hey, the gloves are off, bro. We can do whatever. I want something to happen." And Carl Johnson is the original investigator of the Conjuring House.
Mm-hmm.
Like years ago, he was there when the Warrens, that big seance happened there, and
Yeah.
like Mr. Warren got punched in the face by the old dude.
Right.
Yeah, and shit started going off, and they got irate with him, and I was like, bro, don't get mad at him.
I know, right?
You told me the gloves were off, and I told him to fucking do whatever would make something happen.
Yep.
I don't give a damn. Like, if you tell me you can conjure a demon, let's see it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
talk is cheap, bro. I want to see
Charge
it.
them rent.
Yeah.
You get a little money out of it.
But it was, you know, there was so much unexplained shit. The table going, or the chair sliding across the floor on its own, truck flying up out the window, the light just like flashing, and then whoever the fuck that woman was that was screaming in the house.
But you're still a skeptic.
Yes.
And you filmed all this.
Yeah, for the most part. The one thing, I didn't get the chair,
Okay.
but I was there for it. That
Right.
was the weirdest shit I've. Like, I didn't see the chair move. I don't think anybody saw the chair move,
We all
Right.
heard it.
but we heard it. It went, and everybody that looked at the chair were like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, and this ain't like a chair. It ain't got wheels on it. It's an old
That-
school chair.
That would really fuck with me.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Is it hard to run a camera like that with a pants full of shit?
Sometimes, because I'm like wanting to look at what.
Yeah.
Like, because this is my eyes, so I'm like, oh, look at this over here, and I'm supposed to be focusing over here, you know.
Right.
But yeah,
It's cool to have
Or is
that
it
balance, though, when you have somebody who don't believe.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
see, I told you.
like people will, well, skeptics. Why do you have them around? It's fucking, it grounds me.
Yeah.
Because I already believe in this shit. I'll go the fuck off way over here on a tangent. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I need somebody like a skeptic, be like, nah, hold up, bro.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down. You know. So it works out because members of our group are like, we have one guy, like, if you told him somebody wrote gullible up on the ceiling, he would fucking look. You know what I mean? He believes in everything without any research behind it. He just, he's good spirited, but he just fucking, he's all over the place. And it's just like the whole group's like that. You know, it's like everybody's got their own beliefs and shit like that. So it works out, you know. And we're a bunch of morons, so we have fun. You know, it's like
Right.
it's like Jackass.
But paranormal stuff.
Yeah, about paranormal shit.
Hell yeah.
I like it. Well, I'm looking forward to Friday. I'm definitely
Yep.
I'll be there. If you calling people, I'm gonna be like,
yeah, hey, you got to raise your hand. I don't
got
know if I'm hoping people want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Because some people get scared of the Ouija board or you know all that shit. They're worried it's gonna be attachments and.
do you have rules like
None.
because I have these for protection. So
We're going to do like a protection spell before we get into the
Okay.
first thing. So like the invocation our occultist is coming up and doing it. And I'm
Okay.
going to do like an Aleister Crowley chant at the
Ooh.
same time. And it's
Okay.
going to be like bathed in red light. So it's probably going to look satanic, but it's not, you know? So like maybe people leave. I don't know. I know during our film, we screened our film, and when that last scene came on, when I was doing this chant, fucking people started piling out. They're like, because we put a disclaimer. It's like, yo, this should make paranormal activity happen in your house, you know? And that
You're
was,
taking home a treat, folks.
yeah, well, that was the goal. It's like, hey, if
Get
we can
that.
get all these people watching the film and shit starts happening in their house, you know what I mean? Like, let's make them part of the experiment by watching the film. You can draw some shit, open a portal in your, bedroom. Not everybody's down with that,
Maybe you're right.
you know?
Bedroom's a little personal.
Yeah.
Unrelated note: I've met two separate people in my life who claim to be the reincarnation of Aleister Crowley. I think that's hilarious.
I wouldn't admit to that. Like, that dude fucking ate poop.
right.
He ate a hot deuce out of somebody one time and is like, yo, now I can do anything.
Yeah, now he's split it in two. It's like-
It's like, I wouldn't tell nobody that shit, bro. But yeah, you can do anything if you did that. And yeah. And there's like a German industry run with that, like poop porn kind of thing after that. So Aleister Crowley is the birth of a lot of things, you know. But yeah, show starts at 9. I think doors open around 8:30, and it should be over about 11. So just like 2 hours. We'll do a protection spell at the end, or at the beginning, and then at the end there'll be a cleansing. Our dude who's the occultist is also like a Muskogee fucking medicine man or some shit. So he'll do this thing where he's like,
Yeah.
fucking put smoke around your shit. It looks cool, you know. So he'll do that to everybody. So hopefully nobody takes some attachments home, because a lot of people take this stuff serious and they're worried about that. They're worried about, oh shit, I'm gonna have something follow me, and you will.
And if you do, call us.
Yes, because then we'll come and investigate your house for a small nominal fee.
I'm not worried about something following me home. I'm worried about seeing something at that venue, and I plan on spending a lot of time at that venue. I'm comfortable as it is right now.
The ghost that I seen, you wouldn't have known it was a ghost.
Yeah.
So like when that bar is packed and everybody's in there fucking jamming out and shit,
Yeah.
those people that are in there,
Yeah.
you don't fucking know.
Listen, Beth, like, were you guys going to do the podcast up there?
Yeah.
That's where Beth lives. So,
Oh, in the back room?
yeah, the upstairs.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Good deal.
Was the EM,
The EVP.
EVP? We did an EVP up there, and she was screaming at us.
Oh, that's great.
So
Like, then that's cool
just
too,
keep
you
that
know.
in the back of your head while you're up there.
You have
Thanks a lot, asshole.
They said when you get that scared, your sphincter just closes shut. So that should be all right.
I'm looking forward to Friday, and you better call on me to do something, because
I'm not picking that,
God damn it.
but RPG will, and I'm sure he'll
Fine.
introduce himself. He likes to introduce himself to fucking everyone, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, why is this guy still standing here?" But yeah, he'll for sure. We're gonna get everybody involved. We're gonna like EVPs are really easy to get at the Warrior
Mhm.
for some reason or another. So we'll bring 5 people on stage during the finale. They'll all ask a question into the recorder and play it back and see if they get an answer, who gets their questions answered and shit like that. And then they'll do part of the experiment and we'll bring 5 more people up. So we got something that's hopefully going to, depending on how many people show up, include everyone in the audience, you know. So
I will say this, utmost sincerity, all jokes aside, you guys are very passionate about what you do, and I'm excited for you following something that you're really fucking passionate about. Yeah, goddamn excited for you.
no, we all are. Everybody here, man.
Yeah.
You know, everybody here busts their ass at what they do.
Exactly.
You know, and yeah, so it's cool to be around those type of people because you know you get the negative Nancys that are like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Of course.
And like even when you're in a band,
And
it's like you're never going to make it. You're not going to be the next Nickelback.
Yeah.
You know, and like
People actually strive for that.
I would.
That's
Fuck.
tragic.
And at local,
tragic.
that guy Josh, he really likes. You know, I remember when I met him, he was like, "Man, that fucking Chad Kroger." And I was like, "Hey, bud, whatever."
It's all about playing baseball in the bathroom.
I play baseball in the bathroom all the time.
Hell yeah.
Well, I got to roll. I appreciate y'all for having me on, man.
Definitely.
Like
Thank you.
seriously.
So I want to do an episode and have you on and talk
Oh, for sure.
because I could do this all night.
Yeah, for sure. Just let me know.
We should do a spirit box here.
Yeah.
Why didn't I bring Beth?
Yeah.
Because she's in that box. Like I could bring her right here and we could all fucking talk to her live.
Yeah.
hell
Cool.
Let's
Like,
do
I
it.
swear to
do
God,
like
dude.
a whole seance thing. Just
Let's do it.
Oh, hey, if you want to do a seance here, I'll bring some other people too, and we'll get the shit moving.
Okay.
I'm
Like-
abrasive enough where nothing's going to stick around. So we're
So
No, I will make sure it's gone. I try to get everything to go with me.
I just
I'm
remember
okay
Right.
with it going with me.
I have to wash my hair that night.
Yes.
So we have a
Win-win.
few dates coming up.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, just shoot me over some dates. That'd be
I
cool
got
as
you.
hell
I
to
got you.
come up here. We don't have to do the
Yes.
Ouija board if y'all don't want to.
Oh, I'm
but,
down.
Bring all my shit. Like
I have a whole bunch of stuff if you need it
the
to.
thing about the spirits, you don't have to go to the Conjuring house.
Mhm.
You know, you fucking can bring them up anywhere. There's blood spilled all over this land.
Absolutely.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So we could do it right fucking here.
I have
Off the record, but on the record.
I always keep where'd it go? I always keep a pendulum on me, and I have more, and I also have the dowsing rods too. So if
Oh,
you want,
okay.
to, want me
Yeah.
to bring them,
Copper rods, love them. Yeah,
you.
Miss Phyllis will probably break them out Friday night, and she's psychic. She does stuff psychically.
Yeah.
in our film, she said that, and I didn't catch it. And then Joey was like, "She does stuff psychically."
This
and she's a
pendulum I
psychic?"
made has the copper on the inside.
Oh, right on.
So
Well, I appreciate it, fellas. Nice meeting y'all.
Likewise.
John,
Awesome.
good seeing you
Do a
again,
little
bro.
bit, little bit of live shuffling here.
Yeah, we're
live
gonna get out
shuffling.
the
Here we
way.
go.
If
Here
you
we
guys
go.
want to pour in and grab whatever, I don't know why I'm
Are you
talking
leaving
into
too?
the microphone.
Cool.
If you guys want to pour in and grab whatever chairs.
Yep, sliding down. Bye. Thank you.
Later, guys.
Good to meet you, man.
All right. Who's all piling in? Do we got an extra chair?
Okay, Dylan,
Here.
slide down more.
Is there an extra chair in there? Anywhere?
Move your
Somebody
ass,
sit on
man.
somebody's lap.
You on my spot? I've been in there the whole time. You want to sit right here? Yeah, you sit right here. That's fine. Well, never mind. We're gonna have to shuffle even more. I'll just go out. I'll go out this door. You get right here.
Stand right here.
What about the drum box?
Put your ass right here. Or put it right
Let's
there.
do the drum box.
Or y'all scoot. Or I'll scoot out.
Yeah, I was hoping you went.
Okay.
Drum box?
Yeah.
I'm the drummer, so I'll play on the cajon.
There you go.
The cajon. That's
There we go.
I'll
What the
move.
fuck did he
But I
say
can't-
that was
I
called?
can't
Hey,
sit
this seat's warm.
Oh yeah, Jeremy might come
Yeah, no, I
back
got. I
in.
wasn't gonna block him.
Yeah. All right, so more people that you haven't seen because Stacy and Joey were taking up space.
Oh,
Love you guys though. So now let's do it one more time. Go around, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Me again?
You again.
All right. I'm Michael from This Dying Breed. I'm a guitar player.
I'm Dylan from This Dying Breed, and I'm the vocalist.
Matt from Altar Flesh, drummer.
John Wayne, bassist for Alter Flesh.
And Jason.
And I'm also Nick Ward, and I play guitar for Alter Flesh.
And you guys know Jason already. So you guys are going to be playing on the 28th show. So have you guys actually shared a stage together before?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
us
you
and
had.
Ultra Flesh have shared a stage many a time, even out of town.
We played,
Alabama.
we played at the
Oglethorpe.
smoke shop.
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
We hit
yeah,
this,
yeah.
like way back when shit was still going.
Yeah, that's been a lot of.
We've been
lot of
around
time.
for 2 decades. We share the stage with lots of bands.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now we were saying that actually is funny because us and Core were actually came out around the same time.
Yeah.
And we've never actually crossed the streams and played a show together.
Yeah.
But this will be the closest we'll ever come, but we'll be in the same building in different stages. So it's kind of interesting.
Well,
It's like 20 years in the making, not quite.
Yeah.
and
You
he's
again.
So you're the newest member of this dying breed. Am I correct on
Actually, both of them joined the same day. Like we had tryouts, and both of them joined the same day. It was
No
crazy.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so how's that going?
Fantastic.
Absolutely wonderful.
I've been doing this for a long time, and this is the first time I've actually been with a group of musicians, and it's like, oh, it's mutual, and we all love what we do. So it's
Hell
great.
yeah.
Yeah. Michael's a great dude.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Yeah, man.
I've been watching. Anytime you guys post anything, I always see it because I follow you guys. I make sure, like, by the way, to anybody out there, if you like a page for a band, please be sure to hit that follow button too.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
that's what you will see. Because I made that mistake with a few bands. I think I actually only like Tragic. I haven't followed them yet. I don't know. Oops.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you're only married to the vocalist.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But I've seen, and I know that I've seen you post videos of your guys' practice, and you guys are fucking killing it.
Thank you.
Like your sound, so I was actually at work today, and I took a minute because I fired somebody and I was pissed off, and
Hell yeah.
yeah,
I'm talking about.
right.
Yeah.
It was one
metal.
of those days when he
Get
was
out.
like, "And who are you?" I was like, "Oh, motherfucker, I'm gonna have fun with you today." So I basically made him look like a bitch and then fired him. And
Oh,
after
yeah.
that meeting, I actually was scrolling through Facebook. My oldest son was in there with me, and he was trying to get me to turn on his internet because he got done with his schoolwork. And I'm like, "Yeah, no, you can wait because video games is not important. Go play guitar."
Play Fortnite later.
Yeah, right. He wants to learn to play guitar. Like he's trying to learn, so he's getting there. He's getting there.
It takes time.
Josh is a good guitar player too. I mean, so
But having him teach is not a good
he just doesn't have the patience for it. Or
yes. Or we'll sum it up to that. I think it's that, and he's just like, I don't have. He wants to teach him, but he's like, I don't know how to make you start with the process because Josh was self-taught. So he's like, I started looking up what the parts of the guitar was and how
Right.
I need to tune it and what does this string do and what does this knob do and all this other stuff. And he's like, do that first and then, we can talk.
Right.
So
that's how my dad was.
That is such that's the hard part of being self-taught. You have all these people come to you. Hey, can you show me how? Well, I can show
Yeah.
you a few
So how
chords.
I showed.
Yeah.
Like I can show you, CAGED.
right,
Show you the basic chords, but show you how to play.
Mm-hmm.
Go fucking lock yourself in the bedroom
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
for hours at a time.
Time, man. That's
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
time.
that's the worst thing, though. Most of the time when someone wants to learn how to play guitar, they want to start out like, I want to play Iron Maiden. I want to play Cannibal
That was
Corpse. Like,
Isaiah.
you're not going to be able to
Hit
do
your
that
ass.
out of the gate. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's
you gotta
start
start with the cowboy chords.
Yeah, let's
go for
yeah.
it.
Let's
You gotta
start
start
with
with
Mary
Smoke on the
Hallelujah.
Water.
Yeah.
And build yourself
Yeah,
up.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in the
Once you
process,
can do
somehow
like a
you'll find out how to
D
read
chord to a
tablature.
C chord
Right.
really quickly. Yeah, now you can start getting somewhere. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing. No one
Yeah,
wants to
that's-
start there, though. It's like, nah, man,
Right,
I want
right.
to
I
start
took
with
band in
like,
middle school, so you have
Right.
to
Want to do sweeps.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, my oldest was like, "Mom, I want to learn to play guitar, and I'm going to learn how to play Raining Blood." And I'm like,
Hell yeah.
You have fun with that, bro. Have fun with that. So he is, and actually we had the Trial by Stone in chat earlier. My youngest son got on stage with Trial by Stone, and that was what sparked him to be like, "Mom, I want to be a drummer." And now he's like hooked on, I want to be a drummer. And I think that my youngest just has aggression issues and anger issues that he just wants
Percussion
to like,
instruments.
he just wants to beat the fuck out of something is what I think.
Yeah.
So he's like all of us.
Well, the funny thing is, we all
My
play
job
guitar.
description.
Yeah, right?
The whole band plays guitar at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time.
Oh,
It
really?
was weird. Yeah, I'd get done with practice or whatever. Like everybody, like he'd put his drums up and like bass player would put his bass up and his rig and everything, and I'd still have my shit sitting in my living room because we practiced at my house. So I was just
Right.
like, I'll put this shit up tomorrow when I fucking feel feel like it,
Right?
No, like 5 minutes after me putting my guitar down,
It's like
he's
kumbaya.
picked it up and
We're all
played some
passing the
shit. He's
guitar
picked
around.
it up, played some shit. Our bass players picked it up, played some stuff. I was just like, yeah, and they're just like, check this riff out. It's like, I've got to listen to all 4 or 5 of our other. It's like, all right, yeah, let me just.
Needless to say, the material will always be there.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, when I was scrolling through Facebook, I came across a video that you posted on Facebook of your guys' practice, and my oldest was like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, "That's this dying breed." And he goes, "Have I seen them before?" And I said, "I think so, but I'm not 100% sure yet." I was like, "I got to think back to all the concerts you've been to, and I don't know." And he goes, "I like their guitarist," and I'm like, "Right?" Because, and again, interested in guitar.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I like their guitarist." And I'm like, "Okay, well, take note. Watch his hands. When we go to a show and you see this dying breed, he'll be there on the 28th.
Cool.
So he's made it a point. And he listened to one of you guys, and he goes, "I feel like killing somebody, Mom." And I'm like,
Awesome.
"You know what? Hey."
Yeah.
We accept no responsibility for.
So he is like, "Mom," he's like, "This dang breed is like, I just want to like fight someone." He's like, "Alter Flesh makes me want to kill somebody." I'm like, "You know what, dude? You might have aggression
Yeah.
issues to work out as well."
It might need to work on that.
Put him in the pit for a little while. He'll be okay.
Alter Flesh in no way endorses murder.
My oldest actually loves pits. At the last show, it was our final feud, and he got out there in the crowd, and Landon kind of turned around, and my husband grabbed my son like this and said, "Come here," and went to pull him away. And Isaiah went, "Mm-mm," and ducked and leaned into it. And I was like, "That's his first mosh pit," and he hung in like a champ. Like, good for you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Proud of you. Proud mom moment.
We show the back of his shirt real fast.
Yeah. Let's see it. Let's see it.
See, this is some. Yeah, we don't endorse murder.
I need that shirt. I will wear that shirt to my office and go to HR with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
That's referring to woodworking.
Yeah.
I still have the original.
Yeah, the original had block letters. We decided let's go a little crazy on the new ones.
Make it a little harder to read.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you might take longer to get kicked out of the mall.
No,
Yeah, catch me
they'll
first.
still kick you
Yeah.
out. As soon as they alter a flesh, like, all right, get out.
Yeah. You don't want your kind around here. That's it.
So is anybody working on new music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're actually, because of our new lineup, we were like, all right, well, we need to start working on some new tunes and try to put out some new material. We're still discussing what direction we want to go, and obviously we're gonna keep it somewhat close to what we have already, that same genre, that same style.
Yeah.
We very much kind of try to stick to the whole metalcore, hardcore, that kind of vibe, but we're definitely trying to get another music video out before too long.
Oh yeah.
With our new faces in it, and kind of
Okay.
let people know that we're still very much alive and still very much trying to keep this going. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, we're definitely working on some new stuff. We're throwing some other ideas around it now. So.
Oh yeah. And you guys?
Plenty of shit going on. We've got a couple videos planned. We've got an EP that we're working on, just mixing them. It's all recorded. It's just got to be mixed and
Right.
I'm not slacking or anything. But not a lot of shit going on. Just saying. But anyway, yeah, we're working on the EP. The EP is kind of a cool concept. It's I always wanted to do a concept album or whatever, but I decided to shorten it to an EP, and it's about like old school serial killers like H.H. Holmes, Lavinia Fisher, what's his name, Ed Gein, and the Hart brothers even. So that they're like the very first American serial killers. So
Yep.
we decided to go that kind of route, and I figured that way there's no connection to actual living members of the families of victims. Not that I think Jeffrey Dahmer's victim's mother isn't listening to our record, but
Yeah, I'll
it
send
just
it
feels
to
like
her.
a respect thing.
I'll send it to her. Just,
yeah, I mean,
give it to me, and I'll just
Oh.
be like, "Hey, think
Yeah.
you should check this out." Just saying.
Yeah.
But I'm like the person that stirs the pot. So
Oh yeah.
I'm cool with it. If
I'm
you're
really
cool with
I'm not a big Dahmer fan, so I don't know. It just didn't really. Just not.
I'm with you on that, but I think it'd be funny to piss her off.
Yeah.
I know a couple people that weren't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 17 of them.
They're exactly not a cool way either.
Yeah.
Room sick up the ass, not exactly a cool way to go.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So when are you guys expecting to have your music done?
That EP I'm hoping to have done sooner than later, but we've also got some other ideas for YouTube content that we're going to do, kind of doing in collaboration with it. So it's kind of one of those things where we might push it back just a little so we can get some of that other YouTube stuff together, because it's just something we want to try out and throw a little mini docs about all the killers and sort of do it as a
cool.
like kind of together. We'll see how it goes. But
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. What about you
something to
guys?
play with, you know.
ETA?
TBD.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, we've been working really good together, and we've really thrown this together fairly, like,
Quickly. October, I think, is when we all started.
Really?
met each other
beginning
and
of
kind of,
October.
we already did a show, and everything was successful with that. So we're really working at a much faster pace than we used to be. So
Oh yeah.
I'm really
Also,
excited about it.
I want to give a shout out to our bass player Greg Holiday, who's
Yeah,
rocking
absolutely.
the band page right now in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah, you got me
okay.
cracking up out of text. Chill out.
I'm actually Greg here on the band page.
What did
Click the
Greg
name,
call it?
follow,
November?
like, rock on.
Yeah,
Do what
yeah.
he said.
Yeah, links are in description for all of you.
Yes.
What for new material?
Yes.
No, when did Greg start?
We have.
Very beginning of November.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cody
it's like,
Oh, Cody. He said, "Hey, y'all. Hey, Cody.
says he's working on some new music.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Can't wait to hear it. Is it? Does it happen to be the off the record song, like intro song?
Oh
You're
man.
supposed to be working on that, bro. Like, come on now.
Is
I
this
have a
true?
ghost in the
That
house.
was cool. That was
Is
really
this
All
true?
right.
Is this true, John?
Is that true, John? Do you care to elaborate?
Sit forward and talk into the mic, please, so the ghost can hear it. That's a beer.
He's got the mostest because he's the ghostest.
I did live on 10 acres. My mother lives on the 10 acres, and I have seen stuff move in my house before it burned up. And my mother has also said the same thing. She has seen stuff move. If I remember correctly, I think it's Indian burial grounds, because there is tombstones, and there's one of the outhouses in the middle of the property that was built many, many years ago.
Okay, so when you say stuff move,
Like I literally seen a paper go from one end of the house to the other.
oh wow.
Nothing was on.
Were you the only person in the house?
Yes.
Was
Oh,
there
wow.
wind?
Except for my cat.
Okay, latent.
For Joey, who's no longer
I
here.
wasn't drunk or high.
my thought is latent psychic powers, not
Was there a
obviously
fan on in a different room that
No.
gave you
My
that
mother-
vibration?
Jedi
My
mind
mother
trick.
has told me that she's seen a blanket rise just randomly if it was in a bunch of
Wow.
pile, seen it rise and just completely go back down.
Wow. Okay.
And she says she hears kids play at night sometimes. There's
See?
nobody out there.
The kids creep me out because
Oh,
fuck them kids, but
yeah.
Well,
you know.
Oh, what you need to do is record some of that stuff. Just set up some recording stuff at night, and then throw it in the background of the album.
So
Yeah.
so I
Background
actually
stuff.
I actually have a question for John Wayne over here, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to ask you this question. This is a comment that John Wayne left on one of our Facebook posts, one to promote your band.
Oh yeah.
And I read this comment, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So
Perfect.
Yep. So I'm gonna read this comment verbatim. All right. This is verbatim, y'all. We have more music. We are don't and videos alter of flesh.
Probably was talk to speech, and it does.
Oh.
It just.
See, that's why I never used this.
Yeah.
iPhone's not that great.
I have to read this just one more time. We have more. We have more music. We are don't and videos alter of flesh.
What you were trying to say, for real?
Sorry, I had a retarded moment there.
For a minute.
So we do have Cody says, "I'll write it tonight." LOL. Yes, we're gonna have Cody write our intro, our theme song.
So hard to write.
Make it heavy.
Podcast, it really is.
That's that
Yeah,
country
right?
stuff.
It really is.
How
No,
heavy's
no
heavy?
country.
What's up,
Where's your definition of
motherfuckers?
heavy?
It's just short, but
Zero
So
to
heavy if
81.
it sits on your face, you can't hear the radio. That heavy.
Can't be played on the radio. Heavy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that like half of Tallahassee?
Yeah.
I'm here for it though. I support. You know, one thing that I always wanted to do since I was in high school, I wanted to create an internet radio show and play all the bands that radio won't play.
There you go.
I've always wanted to do that.
It's like
Maybe that should be our
FCC
next
type stuff.
Right?
FCC. Can you say that? FCC type stuff.
SBC.
I don't know. I don't know shit about that. That's federal stuff. Go for it. I say go for it. Fuck it.
Put on there the 5 words. Yes, you're not allowed to say it on the radio.
All
There you go.
airwaves are public airwaves. It's just how they're decrypted is like cable and shit like that. They decrypt public airwaves. That's all they're doing. So really, you can put anything you want out there, and there's no one can say shit.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and we are banned in most countries. So
There
I
you
say
go.
go
That's
for it.
true. But whose fault is that?
Yours.
Okay.
Actually, your fault.
Wow.
Yeah, you picked that music.
Oh.
This
So
is
if you're
true.
banned in a country,
Wait,
is that a
I
badge of
thought
honor?
we were only
Yes.
banned in like Uganda or
That's
no,
the
no,
number
no.
one.
Yeah, there's just a list.
Uganda's number one.
It's
Uganda's
a
like
bunch
number one.
of
You
yeah.
guys look at the analytics on that
Yeah.
song? Okay, I do too. I also do a podcast with some like 4 other guys, and I go and I look at analytics, and it's a hot spot, like a read
Yes.
what's listened to.
Yep.
Yes.
So our most listened to area is the middle of the Everglades. the dead middle of the Everglades, like it's just red. Like,
There's some hillbilly out there. Oh, Will's not ready to get on the podcast, y'all. Get on over here.
Croatia, and then like over and over there. I'm just like,
that was
I don't know if it's, like,
very well done.
geographically correct.
Thank you. I speak fluent redneck and some hillbilly.
Yeah.
A little bit of boomhauer.
You know both.
That's
Oh,
how I
dang on
understand
thing on
it.
Mustang on fluent and a dang on Walmart and a dang on call and a dang on ambulance. It just blew up.
That's
All
what
right.
you
English and profanity. That's really.
I mean,
that's all
it's all English just to a certain understanding.
Sit forward a bit and tell us about this other podcast. Besides, like, what is it about fixing airboats? Is that what the Everglades is about?
No, actually,
They talk
it's-
about road rage.
we talk. It's me and my brother, the gentleman that rode with me here tonight. It's called the Shedzilla Podcast. Nerd stuff, basically pop culture and nerd, and sometimes we'll get political, but not very often.
It's funny shit.
It's
It's
really good.
Yeah, it's literally just nerd stuff. Like we talk video games, movies,
I like nerd shit.
cartoons. It's
Oh, yeah,
super
me too.
nerdy. Like it's we do tournaments of like what's the best action movie or best horror movie, best
Oh,
video
nice.
game.
The pizza one.
The template
pizza.
we use, the template or however whatever you want to call it, we use it's-
format.
I try format. Thank
Yeah.
you. I try to keep it within an hour and a half, but we always talked about, hey, let's do a podcast and whatever. And we started with a little USB mic in the middle of my shed. It's
Yeah.
called the Shedzilla Podcast because we simply record in a shed
Yeah.
that I got. Just like, and we started, and it's really fun. Like it's grown from there, and I spent way too much money trying to do it. So
Will you send over a link to Off the Record so we can share it on our page?
for
too?
sure,
Oh,
yeah, we'll also show you guys too. So
I was gonna
that'd
say,
be
if you
awesome.
ever do a Star Wars one, me and my boy Buck, but we would cover your
We
entire
talk
hour
about
and a half. So it'd
my
have to be
brother, my
two-part.
older brother, who's 8 years older than me, and yeah, it's. We also talk about bathroom habits. That's fun.
Nice.
Do you wipe front to back or back to front? Something like that.
Side
You,
to
you were
side,
saying
man.
you
Side
talk
to
Bring
about
up
you're
that
saying you
discussion.
talk about road rage. If that's the case, you need
Yes.
to have this motherfucker on. That is his nickname.
Yeah, it's
Do you want to
fun
fight
do.
everybody too? Especially Tallahassee drivers.
I can
kinda
go
wish I
fast
had, like,
enough to
a
get
like,
road
shoot
rage
the car,
in
like,
Tallahassee.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's why they get rid
I
of
got
it.
places
It's
to go.
because you
I mean,
can't
shoot, it
drive
takes
fast.
me 8 minutes to get
It's
to work.
like-
It took me 40 today.
You just get-
I was like, are you serious?
It's like
Well,
driving in
I got
Atlanta
up at 5:30.
at
We had to
5
do
dude.
this
You're at a
podcast,
standstill.
and I had to
That's why
rush.
you're pissed.
And of course, I got behind the slowest driver. Fuck.
So I didn't know this. I have like really bad road rage, and we had a guy come on the podcast, Brian. And on the way here, I didn't know that he was in front of me, but he was driving slow because he was trying to find the location. And I'm on his ass, and my oldest son or my youngest son was with me, and I'm in the car, and I'm like, move, motherfucker! And I'm like getting so pissed. I'm gripping the steering wheel and I'm like, fucking go, the pedal's on the right, just fucking get it, and I'm like screaming and yelling at this guy. And he passes, and I turn in, and then he pulls up, and he was like, were you behind me? And I'm like, yeah, I never met this guy yet. And I was like, he's like, were you behind me? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, I was doing like 35. And I'm like, then it was probably me because I was riding your ass, and I was screaming at you from my car, and I was cussing you out and flipping you off. And he was like, it was a thing. So
shout out Brian from Dead Stuff. The the Go Fast pedal is the one on the far right.
My theory is
the long one on the right.
The speed limit is suggested.
I agree with this.
No pun intended. Off the record.
I do not agree that road should be 30.
Okay.
I think
I never got a vote in that.
Well,
chase somebody down.
I did on I-75.
Whoa.
I didn't chase them down. So we're on I-75, what 434 lanes, whatever, going down to a show. A car, just like all I'm doing, I'm driving my own business, listening to music. My wife's in the passenger seat, and I just look over and I just see, no, there's a door about to enter my door.
Oh, right.
I was like, just on whatever the side of the road, and I get road rage. Obviously, is what we're talking about. I got livid because my wife was in the car. If it was me, whatever, flip you off, and then be on my way.
Right.
But my wife was in the car, so I got mad. Got behind them, probably 20 miles down I-75. I would pull up behind them. They'd go about 100 to get away from me. I'd go 110 to catch them. They'd see like, oh shit, and then keep going and try to get away from me. So yeah, it went on for about 20, 30 miles, and eventually they got off. I'm like, you lucky you got it. So anyway, yeah, road rage. Oh, it's bad.
I claim that my road rage came from my mom because I distinctly remember being little and in the backseat of my mom's car. And she was driving, this dude cut her off, and I was in the car, so it pissed my mom off. And so my mom tailgates him and follows him back to this dude's house. And I'm sitting in the back seat. I distinctly remember my mom getting out of the car, cussing him out. He gets out, and he's like, what the fuck? And she's like, I'll kick your fucking ass. And my mom is, she could take him. She can take him. And so dude comes walking towards my mom, and my mom's like, I'm a woman. I don't got to fight fair. So she goes to her trunk and grabs a tire iron and comes out, and she's like, let's fucking go, bitch.
Also metal.
And
With metal.
Metal on metal.
And my mom backed off, and her girlfriend was in the car, and I was going, I don't want my mom to get hurt, because I'm like 4. And my mom's girlfriend was like, she's not, sweetie. She's not. And tapping, tapping my leg. Like, it's okay. And she turns around. She's like, fucking get him. And I'm like, no, I don't want my mom to go to jail.
No,
Grab his dick and twist it. Look, I know you've all seen that fucking skit, dude.
Hey, I did that at the midget wrestling at Fire Betty's. I instigated that last year. We're sitting there, and the dude's got him in like a leg lock, and I'm like, Twister's jerk! And everybody looked at me, and I'm like, y'all aren't gonna join in with this? And then a few seconds later, he put him in another lock, and he goes like this, and the announcer goes, Twister's fucking jerk! And the whole crowd went up, and I was like, yeah!
Wow. Road rage.
Yeah, I love how we did that. No, but road rage, my most favorite thing to say is, I'll put you underneath my fucking bumper! And they get right up on me. I hate that.
I've never had road rage, but I've been a victim of road rage. So I was going down I-75 this time and almost sideswiped this car, and this dude followed me. I was doing like 100 to get away from him.
It was probably that guy.
See how it all comes back
It's a good
around.
thing you got off that exit, right?
Area,
And I had
great
to.
car wouldn't get
I had
away
to
from me.
change. This guy was frightening. This little Kia Soul just going.
He was seeing red. I had a red limiter. Red limiter was to the floor.
I
How many years ago, the craziest story, some altercation happened at Whataburger. They ended up on I-10 in high-speed chase. I was like, what the fuck happened there?
Always fucking Whataburger.
Yeah, well, the guy
Oh,
apparently is some dude who
They got good food and good fights like Waffle House.
End up in a chase.
You like Whataburger? You generally eat Whataburger?
I love Whataburger.
I like
Yeah.
Whataburger.
Oh,
too.
I'm
Come on.
sorry.
How do you say it?
I'm sorry.
Whataburger?
What? Come on.
What a
Whataburger?
It's
Whataburger.
Whataburger.
There's no water in what's
I'm
up.
saying it weird.
You.
Whataburger. It's That's what a burger. Yeah.
Whataburger.
Thanks to that ban online, I still
Whataburger?
can't drive past a Denny's
Whataburger.
without being like, "What the fuck is up, Denny's?" And I know you all know what I'm talking about, too. No, dude, yeah.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never seen the meme where they're like literally in a
they're
Denny's.
doing a
Yeah.
show.
And
They're doing a hardcore show in a Denny's.
At like 11
He's
o'clock
just
at
like,
night.
What the
What's
fuck
up,
is
Denny's?
up, Denny's?
What's up, Denny's?
Grab somebody.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
And then
they're
just
like
chugging
thrashing
starts.
this place, dude.
Wow.
I'm like,
Hey, the new
yes, I
New
want to
place
be
are
at
at
that
Waffle
show,
House
man.
now.
Oh yeah,
No,
right.
those have always been a thing.
So,
Yeah, I love that.
Funny thing is though, so the last tour we did was Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, right? And we played with that band in that video, and it was cool. It was at this little bitty place. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was weird because
Hot Topic.
we get to Alabama.
Yeah, right.
We get to Alabama,
Spencer.
and we've got to drive. We get to this place. We got the address, right? We're on GPS or whatever. We have to drive through a trailer park
Oh,
to
God.
get to this place. And we get there
Awesome.
early because we have nothing to do with our day at this point. So we drive through this trailer park. We get to what looks like a bunch of storage units, man. It's crazy. We're weirded out. It's all the way on the left, all the way on the right, just lines of storage units. And we get the storage unit. But anyway, so we get there and we're just like, we don't know what to do with ourselves. Apparently, we're in the right location, so we're like playing frisbee outside, just bullshitting for like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden, some people pull up and they open the door to this unit, and it's like a bar built into the storage unit.
Oh.
There's like they bring out like this big ass thing. They have like a fire pit outside going. Like it's a total venue, but they put it together
Don't
in
forget the
like
mattress.
15, 20 minutes, and it blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck
Did
is
they call
going
that
on?
the shed?
Was it the shed?
Well, there was one in Dothan, Alabama, called the shed actually, where we played in a storage unit. Yeah, a long
It might
time-
have been the same
long
one.
time ago. They
But
would have
anyway.
to close the door when you played the show.
No,
Okay,
these
no,
people
I'm
didn't.
sure I'm
No.
playing. They closed you in. You need people in here, and you got to play this metal stuff.
But man, we played this show.
No AC.
We played the show that night, man, and I've never. It's like obviously we're like a metal band or a metalcore band, and never seen so many hardcore kids in my life at this venue, dude. Like I'm talking, they're like spinning couches in the pit.
Oh, yeah. They always
There's
show
this
up at the
one
house
kid.
shows.
Yeah.
That's where they
show
come
up.
from.
There
I
was
don't know.
there was this kid. I don't know where the
What a
fuck
place
any
to
of this
crowd kill, you
furniture.
know?
There's always that one guy windmilling.
Because it wasn't there when we started playing. This furniture came out of nowhere, dude. And all of a sudden, there's this dude. He's like 6 foot, he's like 6'4" or some shit. And he just comes running through that motherfucker with a mattress, like. And I was like, "What in the world?" And I'm sitting here trying to play guitar, but I'm intrigued. I'm like, "What the fuck
It
is
was on a
going?"
gram, 2500.
I have two goals in life.
No.
I want to play there, and I want to play at Denny's.
Yeah.
So I can say, what the fuck is up, guys?
Oh man, yeah. Every time I pass
Fuck is up, mattress firm? Haverty's, I'm coming for you.
For real, dude. But no, it's crazy.
Badcock, you're number 2.
I think would Ashley's furniture be like your?
They're 3.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And
we're
then
gonna go.
You guys
We're
talk
gonna
about
go
it,
jack
yeah.
up the one in
There's the
Tallahassee over there by Sam's.
There you go.
Oh yeah. See.
So I got a question. Now that you've recently got a motorcycle, how's that road rage doing? Because now you're the smallest guy out there, even on the biggest
No,
bike.
I don't drive the bike like I do the car.
You don't say.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I don't.
I don't
like
plan on doing the Superman bonus.
Yeah, get that
Like
super
Grand
that
Theft Auto.
Tommy Vercetti, the quick stop fly.
Unfortunately, you don't get $100 bonus for flying off the bike.
No, you do not. I know this. I know
Unfortunately,
this.
you pay $200 just to take an ambulance to the hospital.
Okay, so I do have a question. This is for Nick.
Sure.
So, one, I missed your face. I have known you for God. How long have I fucking known you?
Probably since at least about like 2013, 14, when I started playing music.
Has it been really that long?
Yeah, I started playing all
1 second, Jason, sit back. It looks like your hair's talking to it. There you go. There is another person back there. I promise.
So yeah, so that was my question. Was I've known you forever. I haven't seen you in so fucking long. Miss your face, but how long have you been playing?
in like local music, or like how long have I been playing guitar?
How long have you been playing guitar in general? Actually, both.
I started playing guitar 10th grade of high school, so that would have been like 2008 is when I started. And it's funny, y'all got to talk about like teaching kids how to play guitar. When I first started playing, I'm like, my goal is to play death metal.
Nice.
Realistic goals, right? Hashtag realistic goals. But and then I started playing in local acts in 2013 because I played in Stormcraft for about like a year with Zeus. And then I got into Altar of Flesh like the beginning of like 2014. And then I wanted to prioritize this particular act. And it was kind of hard doing practice like 2 times a week and having to drive like, like half an hour out to Zeus's place because he lived out in freaking Richie Kalarn area. So, that was a lot of time and resources. So I wanted to condense all that down.
Right.
I actually didn't start playing guitar. I played bass the first show for these guys. We had like a Battle of the Bands thing.
Yeah.
And he wanted to have bass there, so I played bass for that. And then after that, we had Bertram join up with us for a little bit, and he got on bass, and then I got on guitar, and it was pretty much history from there. And now we've been through 2 guys since Bertram, and now we got John,
right?
Who is good enough. And and I want to say it's good to see you too, Jay.
You got a new rig, so we expect him to play the rest.
I don't get on the social medias, so I don't really keep up with a lot of folks.
Right.
But I'm doing okay.
So one of the last times that I remember seeing you, it was at what was it? It was in Georgia.
Vanderfest?
Vanderfest, yes. It was at Vanderfest. That was an awesome fest. So
me and Zayana went together.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was awesome. And all I remember was about halfway through, 6 was about to go on, and you were like, fuck yeah! You took your shirt off and got your chest like painted. The body paint.
My roommate, my ex-roommate, actually was the one who did the body paint job for me.
Nice. Yeah. We all of a sudden he ripped off his shirt and he had 6 across his chest in body paint, like orange and black and stuff. I still have that picture actually.
Yeah. It was fun, but to be fair, it was an excuse to take my shirt off at a public event.
There you go.
It is what it is.
I support it. 28th.
Yeah. No, my family's probably gonna be there.
If I didn't have
I agree with that. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I'll take my shirt off and take yours off.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ashamed of my life now.
Throw in $20.
I mean, I'll go
I'll
Michael
probably
Phelps and shave.
They would do a pattern,
Yeah, I mean,
Why not?
A bat? Like a bat right here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll do
Like
a werewolf
Batman.
in my chest hair.
Do the Batman symbol.
I'm in.
You're good to go.
There you go.
Everything has a price.
There,
I sit
see?
down when I play, so it's just a lot worse than people understand.
But your kit kind of hides it a little bit.
I sit pretty high up.
So how long has everybody else been playing? I know for Jason, but I'll let you start.
Since the wheel got invented.
no, yeah.
I was there. 14
The Lord said, turn the light on, and I flipped the
I
switch.
was 12 years old. I was trying to do the math, and I can't. So 1990 something, early 90s. Kurt Cobain was still alive. Let's put it
Damn.
Oh yeah.
So by the time I was born,
yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't born until 9/11.
John, what about you?
Probably late 90s.
Okay.
I've always wanted to be a bass player, and my mother got me a bass, and been that way since.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh. I have to do math here?
Yes, math is a part of the requirement for being on the podcast. We didn't tell you when we messaged you guys.
Oh, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I left that out, by the way.
I mean, it should be
Sorry.
college algebra. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Technically, I did band in middle school, so I guess. mouthful. So
You know,
Okay.
Paradiddles, you know.
yeah, you got to start somewhere.
The bells. Remember?
I always don't know what paradiddle is. I like bars.
So, real quick on that note, so we're talking about instruments. So, when did you discover, like, oh, I can actually, like, scream? I can, like.
That came along later. We, originally we were like, yeah, we're gonna find a singer who's good, and
Oh, dude, you gotta give yourself some credit, though, dude. You've got some brutal fucking like.
yeah, well,
screams,
that's
man.
the thing. I intended to like have a singer. So then we realized a buddy of ours that I hired, and he come by and he played Cannibal Corpse for us, like the bleeding, and I was like, I could do that. So
Not
here we are.
Dude, but not many people can. You've got to pride yourself.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
You got to give yourself the credit where it's due, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got some
Yeah,
skills.
He knows how to dig down deep.
I've played shows with them a lot over the years. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, man, dude, this dude's got some.
Yeah, he does.
He's got some range. Like, I don't know that growl. I don't know. I don't even know how to
Appreciate it.
describe it, man. You got some skill.
Yeah.
So, maybe you
Comes from
could
the
actually.
You dig deep down.
Yeah, yeah.
So, maybe you could
Well
describe
done.
it. So, you've got a damn good scream going on. Like, you really do.
He's got some
Thank
range,
you.
man.
Well,
does,
the
yeah.
funny thing is, I did a little video on Snapchat occasionally of me screaming and whatnot,
Right?
and David Rowe, one of my buddies,
Yeah.
saw it, and he was like, "Hey, man, I got something that you might be perfect for." And I was like, "I don't know, what is it?" And he's like, "I want you to audition for this band. They need a front man, and I think you might be it." Sat around for 2 or 3 days, and I was like, "I don't know." And he kept kind of like, "Man, you should just try out, man."
Yeah.
And I did it, and then
Here we
this
go.
man messaged me, and I was like, "Dave, you didn't tell me it was these guys." And he goes, "I didn't figure I needed to," and I was
Right.
like, "Well."
Yeah, Dave messaged me and he was just like, "Hey, man," because like when I had initially talked to him, I was like, "Hey, man, like I'm a big fan of your vocal style,
Yes.
like, but
Mhm.
he's just got such a broad range.
Yes, he
He's got a
does.
great singing voice as well
Yes.
as a scream.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, man, like I've been watching him in bands over the years since I was like fucking 16, 17 years old.
Right
you know?
on.
And I'm just like, man, I've always wanted to do like even a side project or something. I'm like, man, let's do this, you know.
Yeah.
And he's always been like too busy.
Yeah.
And it's because he's just got
Because he's
talent,
fucking
man. He's
amazing.
really good.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
But anyway, so I was like, dude, we're really in the market for a new vocalist. Like, would you have any interest in trying out for this band? And he was like, let me think about it. And I was like, all right. And then he messaged me after a few days, and he's like, I really don't have the time for it, which I understood. He's really busy with his band and everything else. And he was like, but I got this guy. He's like, I think he's going to be a perfect fit for you guys. And gave me his contact info. So I messaged him, and
Then along came my retarded ass.
but it ended up, it worked out. It was just it's like a perfect fit, man. It really just right place at the right time kind of thing, man.
Yeah,
And
I
sometimes
agree.
things just work out like that. But like I said, same thing with his drumming. It's just
The stars
shit
align.
it just fell
Pretty
into
much.
place, man.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing, but it worked.
Yeah.
You know?
So, how long have you been? You play an instrument,
Yes, I play guitar.
right? And how long have you been doing that?
I've been playing guitar since I was 12, so 16 years?
Okay.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
Yes, no, 15 years.
And
15
so,
years.
when did you realize that you could do vocals?
Well, funny enough is first time I ever decided to try to do screaming and growls was listening to Under Oath.
Really?
And I
Something
was
like
like
that.
13, 14-ish, and I just decided to do it, and luckily I learned how to do it the right way and didn't blow my vocal cords out my throat.
Very big,
Absolutely,
very
yeah.
big.
Yeah.
So, started doing that then and never really thought I was the best at it, and always played guitar and stuff like that in garage bands and stuff. And then Dave comes along and is like, "Hey, bro, I think you're good at this. Here you go." And I'm like,
Him and Dick Burke really pushed you. I feel
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
those
a huge
guys.
compliment.
those
Now-
guys are amazing.
Now,
Real.
with that, singing aside, how's the rest of it? Like in between songs, You know, do you fluff up the crowd? What's going on here? Because there's a lot more to being a front man than just the singing part.
Absolutely.
As you know, you got to say something clever. You got to be funny. You got to be charismatic. How's that going?
Tongue twisters.
Yeah.
Just based on
I've been doing it 20-something years, and they still got it.
Because he's never played in front of a crowd really until this last show that we just played. Like he did a really good job. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. He did a great job vocally, like with the songs and things like that. You know, it takes time to build that relationship with your audience. You know,
a character too.
Yeah. And he's steadily doing that. I feel like he did really fucking good for his first show, and I'm very impressed. I'm really anxious to see where.
I don't know if anybody told you, but you did a fucking amazing job on your first show.
Absolutely.
You know, a good guy to talk to that would be Ian from Defy the Tyrant.
Absolutely, he's very much.
He was
like,
a fucking great.
Grab that crowd by the balls.
Exactly. Yeah. He's a good dude.
He sucked that crowd right into his mouth.
All the children too.
Every you don't get on stage, tells your life story between you. Sorry, we're fine.
There you go.
Shout out
I
Payne.
need to hear all that.
Shout out Ian.
That's awesome.
You okay there?
Oh yeah.
Right as rain, I am that
Like, just tell him to buy the merch, man. Just tell him to buy the merch.
You see, what had happened was, you know what happened in that part was, I got too into it and jumping around that I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath, so we got to that little break when no one was switching guitars, and I was like, fuck, dude, I gotta breathe. I was like, yeah, I hope y'all having a good time. Bands and shit, yeah. I gotta breathe.
Been there.
That's like if you look at that clip from Roger Predactor in the beginning of it, I'm just going ham up there. And I'm like, that's the point where I lost my breath.
I saw the video, I was like, holy shit, like you're killing it.
Some of that I don't know how I did it.
So how did it feel for your first time being up there?
Oh, I loved
with
it.
These guys, yeah?
I loved it.
There's a rush.
I feel like there's like a the best way to describe it is you go through life and you feel like sometimes you like, I don't know if this is really the right thing for me.
Right.
Here with these guys, I feel like I'm at home.
That's...
Oh man, stop.
All right. We gotta get you want tissue?
No.
Not yet.
I mean, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to make music with, honestly.
That's awesome. And then, do you guys agree? Do you think that's like an important thing to be a part of a band?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Camaraderie, absolutely.
I know, but I'm just like, yeah.
We tolerate each other well, though.
And that's a big thing, man. It really is a big thing.
I go to all your holiday events.
Oh, yeah, you do?
It's more than tolerance.
You could be.
Yeah, they put up with way a lot of my bullshit.
You could be best friends with somebody for 15, 20 years, and you know, you could start a band with that person that you've known your whole life, and then you start playing music. It's a different animal. Like you're worried about what he's doing, you're worried about what I'm doing, and you're like, you're doing it wrong, or like, and then you're like, well, I don't know how to respond to you criticizing me, or vice versa. So it's like it's a bond that only I think being in a band can create, or you can overcome adversity. While it's just different. Like it's definitely different.
It's not the only dynamic that can change that shit too. Like you know, it's more 15 years, and then you like, oh, let's be roommates. It's like, oh, I can't live with this guy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I don't care how good friends we are.
100%.
We can't live together. No.
Or you start traveling to other cities, and you find out.
Yeah. You're on the road for 15 hours at a time. You're like, you smell like ass. So like,
Here's some Old Spice.
We had a former bass player. Like every show we played at, he would always show up late because he always got his hair done, and he had to go buy weed and do all this other shit. They didn't help move the equipment.
That's crazy.
We had his bass gear inside already. We're like, all right, dude, you're a dickhead.
And he showed up as we're about to get on stage, like, oh, a former bass player shows up.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
think age is a big thing too.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can
Age
being
is
a
that
factor
because
for sure.
when we start
Maturity?
talking
Yes.
and remembering about certain artists that came out and what they've done, the band members would know if they're the same age. Yeah, I remember that. I was there, or I've seen this.
Right.
Compared to somebody 15, 20 years younger, no, that was before the time.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that. So that kind of a big feel of the music and stuff. You it's not as like passionate, I guess, or you don't. It's not a tight bond because you wasn't there.
It's kind of funny you bring that up because I was actually having this conversation with someone at some point a few weeks ago, and they had brought up being in a band and the whole maturity level. And with my oldest learning guitar, I can say that I did not send him links. I didn't say, hey, check this out. My oldest started listening to AC/DC on his own. He started listening to Job for a Cowboy on his own.
Oh, yes.
He started listening to Cannibal Corpse on his own, Cradle of Filth. He came with me, he's like, Mom, have you ever heard of Cradle to Enslave? And I'm like, dude, come on, really? I was like, that's like the best Cradle song. And he was like, have you seen the music video? And I'm like, dude, okay, here we go. Here's the music video with the titties part. Got it. You ever seen the video?
It has that?
Yeah, watch that.
Cradle to Enslave. Yeah.
Is it better than Mastodon to Motherload?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah.
ass man. We'll
It
see.
is.
Yeah, I see it.
There's more blood. There's a lot more. Like amputated people. There's all kind of
the
crazy
razor
shit.
blade
Yeah,
in
the
the
razor
mouth.
blade.
It's like giving an eye.
Yeah.
That was my
R.I.P. Stewart. Yeah, no longer with us.
So, and I agree with that. So I think that I agree, but I disagree at the same time because I think, thank you. I feel, I think, I noticed you've been doing that a lot tonight, actually.
I edit my stuff, so I'm like, oh God. Go ahead, sorry.
But I think that it is kind of like an age thing. I do agree with you because obviously with age comes maturity. But I think my kid is a really good example of, I mean, he's extremely mature for his age for being 16. He listens to bands that most of his friends are like, who?
Yeah.
You know, he's like, because he'll get on the Xbox and be like, yeah, guys, so I just found Electric Cowboy. Because I did introduce him to Electric Cowboy. Hype.
I've been listening to them since they were Eskimo Cowboy.
My
Yeah, me
4-year-old, my 4-year-old, my 3-year-old love Hypa.
Oh my God, yes.
Every time I get
Crystals
in
is
the fucking
probably my
car.
favorite.
That
though.
one's good.
That one's really
Oh,
good.
Party at the Horror House.
That one's even better.
I love
I
that
agree
one.
with that. Anyway, so I did introduce my oldest son to that band, and he was like, yeah, he's like, I'm listening to Electric Cowboy, and they're like, who? And then he's like, okay, yeah. He's like, so Job for a
Bless your
Cowboy.
soul.
And they go, who? Hell, Satan. And then they were like, so every time he would say a band, they're like, I don't know. But he's got that, I want to learn to play AC/DC. I want to learn to play, Cannibal Corpse. I want to learn to play,
Not much different.
No, not really. Not really. But he's got that. But he's got that, like, that maturity level. But I think that he's just a lot more mature, I think, for his age. But I do agree that age could play a factor when it comes to that. I absolutely agree with that.
It also helps. He's got a badass neck through Ibanez.
Oh yeah, yeah. Isaiah.
Prestige?
I don't think it's Prestige.
I don't
No,
think so either. I can't
no.
remember.
It's
Hang on, I'll show you.
it's not an RG. It's like the actual.
Ibanez.
Yeah, it's like it's like
I'm just curious.
yeah,
One guitar player.
right.
All the RG for all time.
Oh, right on.
I gotta
yeah,
believe
yeah.
it.
It's like a 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah, it's actually a fucking neck through.
Yeah.
So the sustain is.
That quilted maple top is beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, neat. Oh, it's
There
like a
you go.
Satriani model.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Yes,
every Satriani.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's almost an S.
Yeah.
Almost an S. Yeah.
That double cutaway.
Yeah, he woke up on Christmas morning, and my youngest wanted a PlayStation, so he got the PlayStation. My oldest didn't. The only thing he asked for. My youngest is very much like, give me all the expensive things.
Right.
My oldest was like,
Oh,
I
God.
asked him, I was like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? He's like, I could use some socks. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, what 16-year-old
I'm about to
asks
say,
for
yeah,
like
that's-
socks,
Oh, man, I
right?
hated
Like,
getting fucking socks.
right?
Now I love
Right?
it. Now I love it.
Yeah.
As a 31-year-old man, I'm like, give me the underwear, baby.
Yeah.
Body wash, deodorant, all that.
Now I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, and
My nuts hanging out one side. Underwear for Christmas. Hey, dude, let's feel it.
Yeah.
so when the only thing he asked for was a guitar. So we didn't wrap it. We didn't, it was Josh's guitar. It was Josh's favorite guitar. So we didn't wrap it or anything. And so he opened up all his gifts and he got like an AR airsoft, and like airsoft equipment and stuff like that. Just things that I knew that he liked. And he's like, Mom, I asked for socks. And I'm like, what 16-year-old does that? And my
You should do that when you're a dad.
that part.
Socks and underwear every
Right.
Christmas.
Right.
Thank you, kids.
And then like you have my youngest who's like PlayStation VR, you know, like all this expensive shit that we spend our money on. And so my husband comes out and he's just like, I'm like, hey, close your eyes and just stand there. And so he closed his eyes, stood there. My husband walked out with the guitar and he's like, all right, turn around. And he goes, and like his face just lit up. Like
That's
he,
not socks.
right?
I can't put that on my feet, or can I?
So when he got the guitar, he's still learning. So any guitar players, if you guys want to like pitch in and teach him some stuff, I'd be
Bro, I sent him
I'm an hour
the
away.
fucking chorus.
He's been practicing.
Okay,
He has. It still sounds like a dying duck, but
it's
he's-
going to
he's
for a while.
practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah, any instrument, you're like, I
It's
want to play
dying
this.
before it's good.
Man,
There you go. Okay.
for anybody out, somebody said they were in drumline or chorus or whatever. Like it's until you do it enough, it sounds bad.
Just give him some Metallica sheet music. He'll pick it up.
Yeah, right away. Well,
You
if
got to
you're
do the downstrokes.
If you're copying Lars, yeah, I'm okay right here, right
No,
now.
downstroke.
Unpopular opinion. I'm not a big Lars guy. I'm a drummer. I'm not a big Lars guy.
Me neither.
Yes.
Like our bass player, for example, he's Metallica, Megadeth. Like he plays drums as well, and you know I met him at a prior band and stuff, and I wanted him to play drums for a pop punk band that we were doing a project. So I go in there playing like just fast riffs. He's just poof, bah, poof, bah. I'm just like, all right, no. So I just he's like, it's Lars, man. He's got the whole. Here, who's the drummer? I'm sorry, the drummer.
Yeah.
Do you play with a rack system?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he had a rack system where it was like a million pieces, this heavy ass rack, and that's anyways their own personal preference. But he would carry this around for a pop punk gig where you would generally see a four piece kit, you know, whatever. So I'm just like, we're playing a pop punk show, man. I'm not carrying this big ass rack.
Right.
So, and he was just a 4 on the floor and just do. I'm like, who do you listen to? He's like, Lars is my hero. I'm like, you're out. Get out of my house. I'm like, anyways, no disrespect to Lars, but it's just not my cup of tea. So.
I have disrespect for Lars.
Okay,
I am
well,
so I am the resident Metallica fan.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Podcast,
I don't hate him.
Do you like the ooh yeah?
I do. The point I'm getting at though, I'm not a fan of Lars.
Right.
Not at all.
I respect.
I'm not.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
No, unless we're talking like fucking Master of Puppets, in Justice era, you know that's an entirely different story.
Justice was their last album.
Yeah,
No, it
really.
wasn't. No.
No, I feel
I
like
agree with that.
over the years, like Lars and Kurt degress, not progress.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. I get that.
I can see that.
100%.
And I'm not a fan of this new single.
You don't like Fear of Lux?
No.
Or is that how you say it?
Lux Eternal.
What I say, Fear of Lux? That's something.
That's what I listened to the.
To me,
Okay.
they went back to their original influences,
Yeah.
as opposed to using themselves as an influence, like
Right.
they did on Death
Yeah.
Magnetic. Which
I'm
was kind of like,
withholding-
sucks, dude. It's like, let's stop listening to your old music and saying, I want to make lightning strike twice. You can't, you know.
I'm holding my opinion.
It's not thunder.
It's a little
Yeah.
dark, but
I'm really holding my opinion for the full album.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
But I'm not a
Because
fan of this new
From what
single.
you guys
Yeah,
played,
no,
that's
that's
fitting
good.
for what you guys play. I guess, yeah.
but
But-
that would not be for.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah,
like it goes back. At least they were listening to their old influences.
Yeah,
so
no,
we
that's
can do something like that. And
Yeah.
sadly, there is something that could have been off of Kill 'Em All.
It
So it's
it,
cool.
it sounds like a Motorhead song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which-
I get that. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much like Motorhead and you know that kind of stuff.
I agree. I don't like the new Metallica. But
It was okay for 6-year-old guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just waited for the.
I feel like 60
They are
sometimes.
60.
I feel like the
I respect Kill 'Em
expectation.
All.
Yeah.
I can say I did meet James Hetfield's son at Club LA. His son, he opened for Nonpoint and Seven Dust.
I always thought it was funny. His
Oh,
name
that
was
shit.
That was
Caster.
about a
Caster.
Were you
You
there?
want,
Yeah.
you want to talk
Do you
about
think that he's
sons
ever
that are
yelled at him
following
when he
their
was
dads?
writing on the
Corey
wall?
Taylor. That first
Just
name
happened.
drop. Oh my god! I was like, this is what that
Yeah.
So, real quick, before we end, Metallica story. When I was little, my mom wasn't. So my mom's a lesbian and always has been. She just wanted kids, and she was like, "Hey," she's like, "So I need a dick for this." But anyway, so my mom told me, she's like, when I was little, she's like, James Hetfield is your stepdad, and it was a joke, but I took it seriously as a second grader, first grader. Yeah, I was in first grade. I was
My
like,
dad said, "Oh yeah."
Your mother, like Bob Barker's my dad.
that part. So she would sit there, she'd put in a Metallica CD. She's like, yeah, she's like, that's your stepdad singing. And I'm like, no way. So I went to school and I'm like, the lead singer of Metallica is my stepdad. And my teacher had to call my mom to tell her to stop telling me that, because I was telling everybody that my dad was this famous Metallica lead singer. Yeah, basically. So to this day, I remain that, hey, you owe me child support. Because you adopted me.
My mom said
You didn't know it,
but
Straight to jail. You go straight to jail.
I would love that conversation.
Right?
You don't go to the dentist and don't fry your chicken, straight to jail.
I believe James's response will be, "No, I'm pretty sure that was Lars."
Yeah. Then I'd be like, never mind.
Like, I was there and I saw Lars. All right, I
I don't-
out.
never mind.
James.
Yeah,
That's all it was.
He's just like, we play this game sometimes.
Never mind. I don't want it. I don't
Sometimes
take
he's in
any
the
part.
front, sometimes I'm in the
All right. So where can people find your guys' music?
We are all over the internet, but we have stuff on. Hey, you got me on.
Links is in the description. Just say that.
Yeah,
Links
links
are
in the description.
There you go.
can go to www.alterflesh.com and you can have all the links are there. Our website looks like crap right now because we need to
I
work
think
on
your
it.
YouTube link is broke.
Is
I
it?
think. I believe so.
Seriously.
Yeah, I had to fucking search that shit
Oh.
to steal what I stole from
Yeah,
you.
the channel's still live.
or maybe YouTube just canceled us because they didn't like our music.
No, Back from the Grave, right? That's what I used. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they should be. Up.
Masterpiece of a video, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're gonna make more. We've got ideas.
Let's go.
We have the
Long
one for
Heavy Man, that's all
our
it's
Christmas
about.
song.
Oh, yeah.
that I actually sang that one. I didn't growl it, so it was very
yeah.
different.
Filming crop is not.
Yeah,
Filming
it's called
crop
Crump
is
is
not fun.
Yeah.
So, dude, I like that.
Yeah.
So, one more time, what's your website?
www.alterflesh.com.
Be sure to check them out. Give them a follow. Look them up on Facebook. Look them
That's
up.
ALTAR.ER.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
You guys notice I spelled it correctly this time?
Yeah, we appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Copy paste.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
Did anybody ever notice that last time?
I don't think so. Nobody said anything to me.
Yeah. Nobody has. But be sure to check them out. Facebook, all the places. Go check them out. And This Dying Breed, what about you guys?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
You go ahead. You started.
Yeah, pretty much all the places. Definitely check out Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube,
Facebook.
any.
We're on TikTok now, guys. Come look at us.
We have
We do weird
Dylan.
things.
Dylan's starting to
Broken
do a cover series now. We're going to
It's
start
weird.
that where he screams abnormally weird, so like
I
Barbie
did
Girl.
Barbie Girl.
He started doing.
It's on my TikTok,
Yeah.
by the way.
I'm going to go.
My TikTok is dildo. It's spelled just like dildo.
Yep. Same as
5521.
Instagram.
Same as Instagram.
See?
I'm on Instagram too.
But no, This Dying Breed and whatever socials you.
My next one is oh god, what was it? Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That's the next one to go.
What is it, Dildo?
Dildo 5521.
All right, hang on.
Just listen to us. That's all we
pull
want.
off nice white satin. That'd be interesting.
I mean, I got some weird.
He's up for suggestions because I was like, what did I say? Power Rangers? I was like, you got to do Power
Yeah, you
Rangers.
and Greg were like Power Rangers.
So, yeah, just listen to it. This
That's
Dying
coming
Breed.
up, Greg.
Yeah.
Nice and white satin was one I thought about trying to pull off with us years ago, but I was like, that'd be really hard. Kind of gave up on that one. We did. Matt and I did actually learn "Separate Ways" by Journey.
Oh my
Nice.
god! Yes.
Never got around to putting a full band on that, but that would be interesting.
Any listener, any acknowledgement's always good acknowledgement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We have
So-
played Under Jolly Roger by King Wild. That was
All right.
pirate metal.
So again, be sure to follow these guys: Facebook, YouTube, all the things. Alter Flesh, This Dying Breed, and
be
come
on
to the show 28.
Yeah.
Be sure to be
I
there.
want to see you mosh, man.
Hell yeah! Oh yeah!
Make us make you. Come on.
I will drag you if I got to.
Hey, I'm here.
Thank you. Stacy and
Joey. Yeah.
coming
Yes,
out.
for
Outkast
sure.
Paranormal.
For sure.
That was fun.
I had a short chat with those gentlemen, and we're going to be seeing them again. Sorry, Rob.
Fuck
Good
yes.
Good luck.
Fuck
All
yes. So real quick before we end, make sure that you guys head over to our Facebook page on Off the Record. We do have an ongoing contest right now to win 2 tickets to the January 28th show, final show at the Warrior, where we have 20. How many bands are on there now? 22 bands. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it's the final show at the Warrior on the River, and be sure to check them out. We do have a shit ton of bands booked up until May before Rockville, thanks to the amazing people at Rockville 2023 Happy Campers who have sent those bands who are playing at Rockville to us to interview.
Really cool.
So be sure to tune in. We have spaced them out, of course, to give way to local bands who are going to be playing local shows. But we do have we're getting booked. So if you want to be on the show, let us know so we can get you guys booked. And huge shout out to Legacy for letting us do the Legacy interviews at the venue. And we will be hopefully seeing you guys on the 28th and interviewing you guys again on that Saturday. So
For sure.
I mean, I'll be there.
hell yeah. Well, hey, I would hope so.
Yeah,
I
me
hope
too.
so. Better not be there.
I hope so
You're
too.
gonna be there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there too.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is like a match made in heaven. I wore 2 matching
And-
socks. I knew something was right today.
Well,
This-
I didn't have anything else planned for today. Let's go get drunk.
So